good morning. It is Saturday morning. I have a marathon prepared for you guys because I love Saturday morning cartoons. Let's go, it's geeking time. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Well, I know that I've been taking some time off, but still, I want to do some compilation, some marathon for you guys until I get back. It is Saturday morning. I love Saturday morning cartoons, and as you can tell with my channel, I'm no stranger to Saturday morning cartoons here. So I figured it'd be a lot of fun to do a supercut marathon compilation, whatever you want to call it, of the best of the Saturday morning cartoon related content on my channel. So let's go ahead and get our cereal bowl, grab your coffee, and well, let's just get into watching some marathon videos that has to do with Saturday morning cartoons. Cheers, guys. Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. Today I'm taking a look at a couple of retro 80s Ninja Turtles figures. I must admit, this is something I've been wanting to do for a little while now. The only reason why I'm doing this is because these are figures that every time I look at them in my collection, they make me so happy because these are figures that, okay, I didn't have these particular three that you're looking at right now. I didn't have them exactly when I was a kid, these three specific ones. I picked these up like a year or two, a couple of years ago maybe. But I did grow up with these figures, so every time I see these Ninja Turtles figures, I get super, super happy. And it just brings me back to my childhood, and I just love looking at them. It brings a smile to my face every time. So I figured I'd share my happiness with you and review these figures. I got Leonardo, I've got Metalhead, and I've got Michelangelo. So without any further ado, one by one, I'll review each figure. Now, I don't normally do this, but I figured because these are some older figures, I just want to show you that they are pretty much the same exact size as some figures that we have still today. So if you look at Leonardo, Leonardo stands at just almost 5 inches. Same thing for Metalhead, and same thing for Mikey. So not much has changed, I guess, with comparison to making figures these days. I know that some of the figures of the Turtles now can be a little bit bigger. But I mean, look, this is what we had when we were kids, and we loved the hell out of it. So, all right, that's the size compared. That's the sizing. I just wanted to show you that very quickly. Now I'm going to show you the figures individually. Well, I might have to zoom in. Let me draw your attention to Leonardo, the leader of the bunch. Okay, so Leonardo has his dark color, just like this is the original figure. So yes, the original figure had the dark coloring like this. I love that he's got his blue bandana. The facial expressions on the Turtles, on all these toys, were pretty much all the same. It's just a varied from mouth side to side. As you can see, this one I have here is a little scuffed up. Actually, I'm going to zoom out. There we go, since I'm going to bring him forward. It's a little scuffed up, but that's, look, I bought it secondhand. His shell on the back is nice black and sleek. And his bands are all blue. He doesn't have any accessories because when I bought the figure, he didn't have any accessories with him. I'm thinking of actually making some accessories for him. As for articulation, his head turns all the way around, kind of like The Exorcist. Arms rotate. They rotate all the way around, and then there's a swivel in the forearm. Same thing for the other arm, and then the leg all the way around, and that's pretty much. The rotation is going to be the same thing on all of them, but I just want to show you that. So that's Leonardo, if he wants to stand up. Is he going to stand? Leo, come on, man. I need you to stand. There we go. So there's Leonardo, the leader of the Ninja Turtles. I still love this figure. He's good looking. Yeah, definitely. Now we have the pizza-loving Michelangelo, my favorite Ninja Turtle. A lot of people I know love Donatello. And I'm not hating on that. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. If you love Donatello, that's up to you. I love Mikey. He's my favorite. So he's pretty much got the same thing going on as Leonardo. Like I said before, you see the face. The mouth is on this side now. Very bright orange coloring. He's not as scuffed up as Leonardo, but the shell is still black. And once again, the rotation. This head is a little stiff, but his head goes all the way around. And the arm goes all the way around too. The swivel right there, same thing in this arm. And the leg, this one's stiff. I don't know what's going on. He's really stiff, this Mikey. I guess maybe it's, maybe they didn't play with him that often, but yeah, again, he looks really nice. I really like this figure too. I really should get Raphael and Donatello to finish off the set. But yeah, there's Mikey. And finally, this is probably my favorite from the bunch that I have because he just looks really damn cool. This is Metalhead. And Metalhead is very shiny, very metallic looking. Very, well, not metallic looking, but very metallic. He's basically has the same look as the Ninja Turtles, but very robotic. I love the look of Metalhead. He's one of my favorite Ninja Turtle characters, just for the look, that's why. So yeah, head turns all around. Scuffing in the back there, you see his brain. Turns all the way around. This arm is very loose. Just like, turns no problem. Same, but this one is a little more stiff, so it's weird. And then same thing here, the legs turn all the way around. This one's scuffed up a lot, like I said, but this one's got more coloring. He's got yellowing on the pads, some green down here and yellow under the sole. Green pads, bracelets here, and there's some red in the arms, which is really, really nice. For a figure from 1990, maybe? Is this what this is from? I don't even think it says on here. I'm not sure. I can't even see. Right here on the back. I think that says 19. Oh my god, my camera's not even going to focus. It doesn't want to focus, but you got to take my word for it. I think it says 1989. But yeah, really, really nicely done for a figure from the 1980s. Like I said, this is definitely my favorite bunch from the lot. So there again, I want to show you this. I want to do this video because, like I said, I love these figures so much, and I just want to share my love of these figures with you guys. I definitely need to get Donatello, Raphael, Splinter, April O'Neil, Casey Jones, Shredder. There's so many that I need to find. Hopefully, eventually, I'll find some more of them to go with these guys. But for now, having these three in my collection is just so awesome. Let me know down below what you guys think. All right, so that's it for today. Just a quick review on these Ninja Turtles figures. Let me know down below what you guys thought of these figures. Like I said, want to do this for you guys. This was so fun to do. Let me know if you guys want to see me do more reviews of some retro figures. I have some retro TMNT figures that I will be reviewing for you guys today. So this is fun. It is Ninja Turtles week because Mutant Mayhem is finally here. And so I figured today, to continue on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles week, we already had a look at the 2012 series box set DVD. I figured we'd keep the train going with some retro figures here. I got another video coming out at the end of the week, which will be a lot of fun as well. So for today, we're taking a look, like I said, some retro figures. 4 of these figures are from the original cartoon line. And as you can see, the last one here is from TMNT 3, the movie. So we've got Michelangelo from the movie. We've got Metalhead, Leonardo, Michelangelo again, and one of my Grail figures, Casey Jones. None of these figures are complete. They are missing their accessories. Trust me, I wish I could have the accessories with them, but I don't. So for the time being, this is fine. I think maybe just Casey Jones might be the one that I actually will try to find the accessories for. However, we're not talking about accessories today. Today I want to take a look at these figures one by one and take a look at what they look like and just review them very quickly for you guys. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to start with Leonardo here. So let me bring my camera down a little more. We got Leonardo, the leader in blue. Oop, he's falling over. Let me bring him closer to the camera. So this guy looks pretty cool. Got the black shell at the back. His head turns all the way around, which I love. His arms both go all the way around, and you got a little swivel right there in the forearm. And then the legs, my one has always been a little loose, but they go all the way around. So these are the original line. I know that now there are the new figures out there, the retro versions, and those came from these. So all in all, Leonardo is really dang cool looking. Normally he came with his belt that had the L on it, and he came with his katanas. And there was also like a rack of weapons that he came with. Mine, Leonardo, has seen better days, that's for sure. But nonetheless, a cool looking figure. I got like the bandana at the back there. So he looks really good. Let's put him off to the side and grab the next figure if he's gonna stand. Hopefully he stands properly for me here. Come on, Leo. Leo. There we go. Grab the next figure. So the next figure we're going to have a look at is his brother, Michelangelo. So again, the same thing as Leonardo, and my Mikey's legs are super stiff. But same thing, goes all the way around, and the arm moves all the way around with the elbow, forearm. And then he has a bent in arm like that. And the head, this head's really stiff. Shell is the same color, but he's a different shade of green than Leonardo. So Michelangelo looks really cool. He came originally with his nunchakus. And if I'm not mistaken too, he came with a rack of weapons as well. So I do really like these two turtle figures. I've always loved this. Every time I look at them, it really does bring me back to my childhood. So I keep them in my office because I love having them next to me when I'm working. Because, you know, reminds me of a simpler time. From the original line, we've got Metalhead. He is super shiny, super detailed. Like, look at all that. Really highly detailed on this guy. It looks really good. He's got a chromium shell. You got some brain at the top. That is really neat. And the sculpting is good. So his head turns all the way around. The arms on my Metalhead is loose, but his goes all the way around. He's got forearm swivel as well. And the legs, you know, they go all around as well. All in all, this figure is so awesome. I love this thing a lot, especially for all the detailing that they put into this figure, making him look very mechanical, very robotic. Metalhead is a really cool character. So he does look really good next to the other turtles. Yeah. So I originally reviewed all three of these figures, but I didn't like how the quality of that video came out. So there we go. I just re-reviewed them for you guys. I'm going to review my favorite out of the bunch of last, my Grail figure. Next up we got is Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the movie. Looks pretty cool, actually. I'm not going to lie. Got a nice golden coat. And look, he's got a hole in his head because he's supposed to have a hat. So his arms move pretty much like that. There's swivel in the forearm. Legs are limited, and the head is limited as well. This guy usually comes with like metallic armor, plus like a samurai hat, and he has usually weapons as well. And I like the detailing on, like, he's got the little sandals at the bottom. So it looks pretty good, and this literally is from, whoop, got that upside down, 1993, so it is from the original movie release. I'm not a huge fan of the third film. It's such a bad film. I love the first and second movie, but I don't know. This Mikey, especially with all, like, was it the liver spots on him? This Mikey just looked so dang good. Like, he doesn't have the full bandana in the back. He just looked so dang good that I had to pick him up. The price was right. I mean, when I grabbed him at the shop, he was priced at $14, but I paid way less than that. So I was really happy to score this guy. And finally, the last one I have to review today, this is literally a Grail figure, and I know he doesn't come with his accessories, and I would love to have his accessories, the duffel bag, the golf club, and the 2 broken baseball bats. But nonetheless, still super happy to have Casey Jones. All right, let's get the articulation out of the way. Head rotates all around, arm rotates all around. This one's a little bit limited because of his shoulder pad here, and he's got swivel in the forearm, and his legs go all the way around as well. This figure is just amazing. I love it so much. I love the detailing on the figure with the bluing in the hair. His mask is such an iconic mask and looks so great. Shoulder pad is awesome. I mean, I'm not sure why there's a midriff, why he had that midriff here going on, but whatever. And I love the neon green shoes. That when I got the Best Action Casey Jones, I grabbed the version with the neon blue shoes and the accessories, because for me, that was more reminiscent of the action figure. So I was like, I gotta grab that Casey Jones. Is he gonna stand up for me? Is he gonna stand? There we go. So all in all, I love this figure so dang much. Just this whole set of figures that I have, I'm so happy. It just, oh, Mikey's falling over. they're all starting to rumble around. This literally just brings me back to a simpler time when we were younger. So every time I look at these figures, every time I'm working and I see them next to me, it just makes me so happy. Bring Mikey a little closer here. There we go. There we go, Mikey. So That being said, do you guys collect the retro Ninja Turtles figures? Do you guys still own some of your Ninja Turtles figures if you have them? I know Spoonie Bard, guys, he made a whole video a few months ago about his entire Ninja Turtles collection. You should check that out because it was really quite breathtaking to see all those figures that he had. On my end, however, I only have these guys and I'm super happy. That TMNT 3, the movie Mikey, was just a bonus, but look, Metalhead, Mikey, Leo, and Casey Jones, just so cool to have these. I'd still love to get Donatello and Raphael, obviously. I'd love to get an original Splinter, Bebop and Rocksteady, Foot Soldier, Krang. I'd love to get an original April O'Neil to go with the collection. So, I don't know, maybe someday when I'm a little older, maybe I'll find all those figures. Have you seen Mutant Mayhem? Have you seen an early screening? Are you going to be going to see Mutant Mayhem this weekend? Let me know down below. And if you have seen it, what did you guys think of it if you saw an early screening? If you haven't, are you looking forward to it? I am so looking forward to that movie. I really hope that it does spawn a cool franchise or maybe some kind of TV series in the future. I'm really excited to check that movie out. And plus, you know, the animation looks pretty dang cool. I'm not gonna lie on that film. But if you want to see some more of those videos, if you want to watch more of my videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so you can be notified whenever I got some brand new content out. I'm also actually looking for a reason to make more Ninja Turtles content. Actually, I'm looking for reasons to make more content of more brands and toys, companies, and things like that I love. So stay tuned for some really cool stuff. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting me like you always do. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I feel like I might be annoying the crap out of you guys with all these Ninja Turtles videos nowadays, but hey, that is what it is. I love the property so much, and like I said, I'm really trying to focus on rebuilding my collection. I've kind of hit a standstill with Masters of the Universe because we're getting nothing but peg warmers now of figures that I already have here in Quebec, and even when I go outside of Quebec, I find stuff that I already have. So I'm really focusing on Ninja Turtles now. Well, just because Halloween is over doesn't mean we can't still look at a couple of goons. Today I'm reviewing Rocksteady and Bebop from the Loyal Subjects Best Action Line. Welcome back, everyone. So today I thought I would do something a little fun. First of all, Halloween's over. We went out with a bang. So I figured since Halloween is over, doesn't mean we can't still look at some quote-unquote spooky things. Let's take a look today at Rocksteady and Bebop from the Loyal Subjects Best Action Line. These guys are not your typical NECA or Super 7 type figures. They're not even the Playmates type. These are on their whole other, like they're on their own level, these figures. And they're very reminiscent of the SH Figuarts, but more on the lower end of scale. So with that being said, today I'm going to take a look at one by one. We're going to take a look at each figure, pull them out of the package, and see what they look like, what the articulation provides, and all in all, if these figures are worth it or not. So let's get right into it. Today, let's go ahead and start off with Mr. Rocksteady. Now, I've noticing something about Rocksteady. He doesn't look like his regular self from the animated series. Maybe the photo on the box does, and the package art does. However, this is a different looking Rocksteady. I'll get into the reason why they went with this look, well, as soon as we get him out of the packaging. But that being said, before we take him out of the packaging, let's take a look at the packaging itself. So there we go, is the packaging. At the top, as you see here, best features, best articulation, best assortment, Best Action, or BST AXN. And there is another logo of Best Action with a photo of Rocksteady, which is trying to be, I think, the animated series. You've got the 87 logo with the Nickelodeon logo, Rocksteady, the window packaging. On the side you have a photo of Rocksteady from the animated series, just charging at you. Again, best features, best articulation, best assortment. And then on the back of the package here is a read-up of Rocksteady. Rocksteady was originally a human gangster that was employed by Shredder. After his failing to stop the Turtles, the Shredder developed a plan to mutate members of his street gang. Rocksteady's DNA was mutated with a rhinoceros, and he became half man, half rhinoceros. Ooh. This boasts to be 31 points of articulation. Yeah. What does it say here? There's swivel in the bicep, thigh joint, double knee, shoulder and elbow joints, ball joints for maximum posability. Get in the pit and play. We'll check that out as soon as we get them out of the packaging. Incredible sculpt details, multiple accessories, the Nickelodeon logo, and that's what it looks like underneath the box. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the package for Rocksteady, let's get him out and see what he looks like. So there's tape all around. So what you're going to do is you're just going to want to cut or remove one of the pieces of tape. And then like that, you can just open the box from the underneath, and hopefully it's, or from the sides, whichever you choose. I'm going to do it from underneath. There you go. And then you can just slide them out of the packaging. There we go. Very simple, very easy to do. And then you can just close it back up. And then we can remove them from the tray. So they all come with a little diorama like this, which is really neat, but we're not going to use this today. Put that to the side as well. And here he is. Let's free him from his packaging. No twist ties. It's just a shell of a case. Let's just get him open. There we go. Let's get Rocksteady out of the packaging here. Let's make sure he stands properly. There we go. And let's get all the accessories out that come with him. We don't want to... Let's put him over to the side there. Let's get all the accessories out. You know what? There, we just drop everything on the ground. There we go. He's not the Rocksteady that we know and love. The reason why, if I'm not mistaken, I think they based this looking Rocksteady off of the Mutations Rocksteady action figure. I don't know why they chose to do that, but you know. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. First and foremost, we have a machete that comes with Rocksteady. So if he just wants to hack away at things, there's the machete. Then he comes with a blaster gun. There you go. Really well detailed and really well painted. Very nicely done. He comes with 2 interchangeable Rocksteady hands. And then he comes as well with 2 human gripping hands. The reason why is because he also comes with an alternate head, which is his human head. We'll take a look at that as well. First and foremost, let's inspect Rocksteady. So here he is. I'm not sure why it's so bright. It's too bright. It's too bright, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Let's do that. You know what? My light is not even doing anything wrong. So there we go. Let's just do that. Okay. So here we have Rocksteady. And is his head gonna move? His head does move. Okay. So his head moves like barely, just like that. Got some nice detailings on the face with his teeth, with his rhinoceros horns, the yellow eyes. Looks pretty good. And going down, we got his bomber jacket, and we got some bullet belts with a grenade attached to him. And we got some military-esque brown cargo pants and some boots. In the back, he's got a holster for his machete, and just looks down the back. So really nice looking. The arm goes all the way around. There's a cut right there for a swivel in the bicep. And there is a, not really that much, well, I wouldn't say double hinge, it's a regular hinge. Oh, I forgot, he's got, but it's feeling very loose, so be careful with that. The hand turns all the way around. He barely does anything up here because he's so bulky. The leg barely moves back and forth. However, there's a cut right here to swivel all around. He's got a double jointed knee, but it's very loose as well. And I don't like that. I don't like the way that this looks, honestly. And then there's the foot that goes all the way around, but doesn't really want to cooperate. So all in all, very nicely detailed. Just be careful. I know they say 31 points of articulation. But if you're going to pose this guy, be careful. Be very careful, because you don't want anything to come off. You don't want anything to break off. So just be very careful when you do that. Now let's take a look at Rocksteady in terms of his accessories. First things first, you can take that machete and you can pop it into his hand. Let's just see if it will pop into his hand. Some of these figures, no? You don't want to go in the hand? Oh my, why is it giving me such a hard time? Oh boy. Okay, maybe this hand? No, it doesn't want to go in, and it's starting to hurt my fingers by trying to force it in. Okay, I don't want to force it in, so the machete's not going in. Let's try the blaster gun. The blaster gun. Okay. Something's got it. There we go. At least the blaster gun fits, so if you want, you could put the blaster gun in his hand. And you know what? Just put the machete in the holster like that. And then, there you go. You got your Rocksteady ready to attack the Toidles with his blaster gun. Looks good like that. Now let's get the blaster gun out of his hand. Let's keep the machete in there for now. And then you can technically remove his hand, and then you can have him with an open hand, just like that. And again, this hand goes up and down though, a little bit. Still turn side to side. Now, here's the really cool thing. Every time I pull the arm out, though, I will say this, I feel like something's going to snap off, and I don't like that. Now, here's something really cool. You could pull those out, okay? And then you could also take Bebop's, I keep calling Bebop, Rocksteady's head off, if it wants to comply with me. Guys, just give me a moment here. I have to force to get that off. I don't know why. Okay, then you can pop in the human hands. There we go. Pop in both of those human hands. And then just go ahead and take the human head and pop that on. You might want to apply a little pressure. But there you go, you just pop that on. And it's not still going on. Struggles of reviewing. There you go. I got the head on, and you can have him on with his human head. So there you go. I'm going to keep it with the Rocksteady head on because that's how we like him. So let me go back and put him back to normal, guys. I don't want to struggle with this stuff on camera. All right, that was quite the hassle putting everything back together. I will say this though, if you're going to take him out of the packaging, try not to play around too much with the accessories, because it's going to give you some struggle, and yeah, you're just going to have a hard time popping things back in. One thing I will say that I don't like is underneath, well, now that I put his head back on, you can't really see, but underneath here, there's skin tone to correlate with his human head. They should just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like that very much, but yeah. It's a cool figure. It's a very nice figure. And like I said, my intention is to keep it out of the packaging. To keep it in the packaging, sorry. But if you're one of those people that likes to take them out of the packaging and display them, be very, very careful. They're not crap, these toys. They're not. They're just sometimes feel loose, sometimes feel stiff, and sometimes when you're changing parts, they feel like it might pop out. So be very aware of what you're doing. But all in all, display-wise, display factor-wise, they're very cool. So, all right, let's put him back in the packaging, and let's get on to Bebop. All right, so here we go with Bebop, the Warthog Nemesis and Rocksteady's partner, both ding-dongs. So as we had a look with Rocksteady, he was based on basically the TMNT Mutations line of figures. However, this is more of a simple Bebop. He's based off of the 80s cartoon. As you can see on the packaging, it says 80s Bebop. Just like with Rocksteady, let's take a look at the packaging before we take him out. So he's got the same thing at the top here. Best features, best articulation, best assortment, best action, again from the loyal subjects. Oh, and I forget to mention, these are for 8 years old and plus. I mean, I guess any collector would be okay to have these in their collection. There's the best action logo again, and there's a photo of Bebop from the animated style. Window packaging with Bebop. There's the logo down there with 80s Bebop. There again is Bebop charging at the Toidles. And in the back, he's got his write-up in 3 different languages. Before we get to that, 31 points of articulation as well. Same thing as Rocksteady. Incredible sculpt details, multiple accessories. Let's take a read-up of Bebop here. Bebop is one half of Shredder's go-to henchman. He started out as a human member of a New York City street gang. Wanting to become stronger, he volunteered for Shredder's mutation experiments and was mutated into a warthog. His brute force is his strongest asset. His intellect, not so much. And yeah, we can agree with that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Mr. Bebop out of the packaging and we're gonna take a look at what he looks like today. So just like with Rocksteady, open the bottom and you can just pull him out tray style if he wants to comply with me. There we go. Oh, and he comes with, that's really neat, he comes with a collectible card, Bebop. Look at that. And it says the same thing on the back of this card here. So that's really neat. Comes included with a little card. Of course, I have to move that away. Let's free him from his packaging. And again, ASMR. No, it didn't do it this time. All right, let's remove Bebop from the packaging. Let me stand him up first so that he doesn't fall. Oh gosh, this guy does not want to stand. We're gonna have to lay him down for now. Get all the other accessories out. Let's put this Best Action clamshell to the side. Take a look at, for some reason, not wanting to stand Bebop. Very, very odd. Let's take all the accessories and put them all to the side. Very odd that he does not want to stand up. Is it my... Oh, I see what's going on here. I think it's just the way that the feet are done. The feet we're doing, yeah, there we go. Now he's going to stand. Are you going to stand for me, Bebop? Why don't you want to stand? That's the best I think I'm going to get him to stand. All right, let's take a look at our Warthog friend. Well, I guess I need to pick him up. So, that little scuffing on the top there, whatever. Okay, so he does look like Bebop from the 80s cartoon, which is fantastic. He's got the rat tail going all the way around in purple. Looks really good with his glasses, the nose ring. Similar teeth styling to Rocksteady. He's got the shell shoulder pads. He's got a bullet belt as well. Mine, I can't speak. Got the red vest. Going down, we've got the black pants with the chaining, and then, of course, the Converse sneakers. We got the gauntlets there, the wristbands on his wrists, and the back just looks like that. So his head does turn all the way around, just like Rocksteady. Oh yes, and I forgot, you've got a skull necklace under there. His arms move all the way around, so the shell's not going to hinder it. And again, just like Rocksteady, bicep swivel. He barely has any articulation here. I don't know why. And then the hand turns all the way around. Legs go like this, and then they cut like that. There is a double knee joint, so that's good. And then the feet, for some reason, I don't know why, they want to turn on an angle. That's really strange to me. So that's Bebop. Oh yes, and he's also got somewhat of an ab crunch, and he can turn a little bit with the torso, so that's kind of good. It's kind of like a beefy Bebop. Look at that. So he comes included with this shield type. Maybe it's supposed to be a trash can top. That's what I'm assuming. He's also got a ray gun. Comes with a dagger. He's got, behind him, as you can see, he's got 2 open hands. And as well, 2 closed fist hands. And then finally, he comes with an alternate head, basically his human head, which, just like Rocksteady, you can swap out. So there you go. Let's take a look and see how well he holds these weapons, because we had a hard time with Rocksteady. So let's see if Bebop is going to want to hold anything. Well, right off the bat, he's not wanting to grip his dagger, and I'm trying to do this in camera, so, and I don't want to break anything, so Yeah, I feel like I'm forcing, and I don't want to do that. So we'll put that to the side. Let's try the blaster gun. Let's try the blaster gun, see if that fits in his hand. Oh, no. I don't like it when you have accessories with figures, and you can't even get them in their hands. Yeah, because now I'm just bending things. And rocks, yeah, I don't know if it's just my figure, but yeah, so there you go. Nothing is going in his hand. I don't even want to take away, I don't even want to change the head because I had such a hard time with Rocksteady before. So yeah, there you go. There is your look at Bebop from the Best Action line. So I do have to say, I will bring up some qualms of mine with these figures. These look great on display, especially if you're keeping them packaging. They look really nice as a piece up on the wall. My only problem is that with some of the articulation, they say 31 points of articulation. They're not wrong. However, sometimes they feel too stiff. Sometimes they feel too loose. When you're going to take out parts, it feels like it's going to snap off. I didn't even bother trying to interchange with Bebop because I didn't want the same thing to happen. As soon as I took off the head for Rocksteady, I tried to put it back on. He just fell and rolled all over the place, and even the taking the hands off, and right off the bat with Bebop, he just already felt stiff, so I didn't want to take off any joints, any parts, and replace them and move them around. So my safest bet was to just leave Bebop like that. Accessories, look, Rocksteady, he's able to hold his gun, but he's not able to hold his machete, so it's best to keep it in the holster. Bebop, I couldn't even get any of the accessories in his hands. And the two other hands that they came with were open hands and fists, so that's not going to do any better. So if you're going to display these guys, maybe try to loosen those gripping hands to get the accessories in so you can properly have them on display. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell. They learned the ninja arts from their master the Rat, and now these four green guys can really kick back.
The Shredder, sworn enemy of the Turtles.
It feels so good to be so bad.
With his henchmen, the dreaded Foot Soldiers, the mutants Bebop and Rocksteady.
What do I do with them? Destroy them!
Oh, what turtle soup! From Playmates.
With that being said, are you fans of the Best Action Loyal Subjects line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures? Or are you this kind of people like, you know what, nope, that's not my thing. I prefer NECA, I prefer Super 7. I love the NECA figures. For me, Super 7's a little too expensive. I'm sorry, but hey, for a affordable figure, these Ninja Turtle figures are pretty good looking. I will admit, if you can get past the whole posability problem, I wouldn't say posability problem, but like, yeah, if you can get past the whole articulation issue and the lack of being able to hold accessories in their hands, and you just want to put them on the wall, like I do. I'm an in-box collector. These are going right back into the box as soon as I'm done this review. Yeah, they look perfect. If you're one of those people that are like, I want to make sure that I can have these figures out on display, you can have them on display. Just be careful because they're not going to be the best in terms of what you're trying to do. Also, if you're good at repainting, maybe repainting is something, because I've noticed on Bebop's face, it's kind of like bright. It's like I don't know, the tone is not too consistent on the face. Anyways, I've come to the end of this review today. I'm going to take a look at more Best Action figures that I have in my collection. Well, look at that. Krang found himself a gigantic android body, albeit by Best Action. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and review it today. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another video today. Got something really cool today, and I know this one's probably been doing the rounds on YouTube with reviews. But hey, I don't see too many Best Action reviews, and when I do, they're still pretty cool. And I just really like this thing, so I was like, you know what, pish posh, I will do it anyways. Today, I have something cool. Like I said, I've got Krang and his android body by the Loyal Subjects Best Action line. This is an XL figure, one of their bigger figures. And oh boy, what a bulky boy this guy is. And I just thought it'd be really fun to take a look at the figure itself, take a look at if he really does have 31 points of articulation like the packaging insists, and to see if this figure is really cool. We took a look at Bebop and Rocksteady, and even though those figures were cool looking, we did have some issues with the joints. We had some issues with putting accessories in their hands and swapping out. Hopefully that's not the same with Krang and his android body. For a big bulky figure, this looks like it's going to be something pretty cool. So sit back, relax guys. Let's take a look at Krang and his XL body. What a nice looking packaging, I will admit that. I didn't say that last time when I took a look at Bebop and Rocksteady, but these best action figures do have some pretty nice, albeit simple, but very nice packaging. Before we free Krang and his android body from the packaging, let's take a look at that. So at the top here, unlike Bebop and Rocksteady, it's just a little tag to hang up the figure. It's got a window packaging, and there's a photo of Krang and his android body running, which is animated style. And then down here you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo and Krang android body. Window packaging, like I said. And then on the side is just Krang. Just Krang. Best features, best articulation, best assortment. Same thing on the back. Boasting 31 points of articulation. Swivel bicep and thigh joint. Double knee, shoulder and elbow joints. Ball joints for maximum posability. Get in the pit and play. Incredible sculpt details, multiple hand and weapon accessories, really cool. Now there's a read up on Krang in 3 different languages. If you speak French, if you speak Spanish, go ahead and pause it. I will read this up in English for you. Krang is part of a brain-like alien species from Dimension X. He was banished to Earth, where he joined up with the Shredder on his mission to end the Turtles and conquer the city. Their shared headquarters is located in the Technodrome, Krang's Battle Fortress. I don't know about you guys. I'm really excited to get this thing out of the package and take a look at him. So let's do just that. Let's release him from the packaging and see what the android body and Krang look like in terms of detail, sculpt, and posability. So as you saw with Bebop and Rocksteady, it's very simple. Just like them, you can open the bottom. Just in this case here, just peel back that piece of tape. Open the bottom and just release Krang from this packaging. And again, just like the other figures, he's got that neat backdrop, but we don't need the packaging anymore. So let's put that to the side. Let's free Krang from his clamshell prison. This is a big chunky boy, so I'm gonna do the best I can. There we go. Let's get him out. Let's get him to stand up properly. Stand for me. And he comes with Krang as well, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you can see. There you go. It comes with Krang. As well with the Best Action logo that came packaged with the others. And let's just, there we go. Dump all the accessories. Let's get the package out of here. All right, so let's take a look at our friend Krang and his android body. Before we take a look at the figures themselves, I'll take a look at the accessories. So first things first, you have, for the android body, you have 2 punching fists. 2 fists, so that's it. Those are the only extra interchangeable hands he comes with. You also have 2 gun hands. There you go. You have a sword that can pop into his hand. You have a drill. And then finally, you have the rotating axe. So some pretty cool accessories, interchangeable hands that come with the Krang body. Along with Krang's android body, you do get Krang himself. I know I brought him off to the side, but quickly I just want to mention that Krang, Best Action did release Krang, a figure of Krang coming inside of the walker like Playmates did. But if you don't get that figure and you just get the Android XL body, that's cool because you've got Krang with him. So the detailing is really nice. And this is just something that even if you want to put this on display, what a good looking Krang. I gotta say that. They captured him nicely, but also made him look a little modern. So it still looks good. And all the brain detailing on it looks fantastic. These arms move all the way around. If you want to have fun and move around Krang's arms, go ahead. They move all the way, they rotate. The mouth doesn't move, it's just a solid piece. But the sculpting and the painting looks really nice on Krang. I really like that a lot. And then just a little gap in there because you're going to find out soon enough why there's a peg-looking gap on Krang. Now in terms of the android body, look at this. Looks really good. The sculpting is really nice on the body as well. I like that. I like the shiny silver. If you take a look quickly as we go up and down the figure, looks great. Even when you turn him around, he looks really, really nice. So there we go. That's what he looks like. In terms of articulation, yes, this guy's head moves all the way around, slightly up and down. The arms don't move all the way because of the shoulder pads blocking it. There is a double hinge in the elbow, but I don't like this. This just makes it look like he's missing out on parts. But you can turn it right back. You got the hand turns around. Same thing for the other side. Then the waist moves slightly. The thigh turns all the way around. I don't think there's there's barely any like turning in there. The knee again has a joint and a half, but again looks the same thing. I don't like this right here. Could have done a little bit better on that. The foot is supposed to move up and down, but it doesn't. It turns all the way around, however. And again, there's, I don't know, I've never understood why that was on there. I forgot to show the sides as well. Looks good as well. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to pop in, I want to show you guys, that's all the articulation. You can pose him in. Before we pop Krang in there, let's take a look at the interchangeable features. So let's pop out the hands. Shouldn't be that too bad. There, not as bad as Rocksteady and Bebop. Struggle a little bit, but there we go. Not so bad. So there you go. You can take the hands out, and then you can put the closed fist. You might want to just, there you go. So you can put the closed fist in there. And then if you want to put the closed fist in just one of the accessories, there you go. Look at that. You've got your Krang ready to, the android body ready to start destroying things. Then you could take out the punching hand. You could put the sword in. If that's gonna do anything for me. Is it? There we go. For a minute there, I was like, it's not gonna go in. And there you got the sword hand for the android body. Looking pretty cool. If you want to take this off, you could put the drill. So there you go. Pretty cool. And then if you want, you could take all those out. Take all those out. And if you don't want him to have any hands or any blades, then you can have him with gun hands. There you go. So gun hands. And that's what all the accessories look like on Krang. So let's pop those out. Let's put the open hands back in for the time being. Come on. Okay, they're in. There you go. Because of Rocksteady and Bebop, I'm like, am I breaking things or not? But no, I'm not. It's just, there we go. It was just me. It was just me. Sorry about that, guys. The last thing to show you that comes with this figure is that you're going to take Krang here. You're going to pop out his arms, his tentacles. There we go. Let's pop those out. Without breaking anything. There we go. We didn't break anything. The tentacles pop out, and then you're going to take the Krang android body, just open it like that. And remember I said here, this little thing? It's going to go ahead and connect into here. So there you go. You've got Krang piloting the android body. And there you go. You can have your Krang android body walking around with Krang inside of him. And that looks pretty damn cool if you ask me. And if you notice on the inside, he's got little, that's the reason why you have to move them is because you have tentacles on the inside that are shown piloting the android body. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. I gotta admit, for a figure that's not on the higher end like NECA or Super 7, I think this Krang android body looks really amazing. And look, if you're good at repainting, maybe you can repaint him and make him look a little more pristine. But all in all, even if you're just putting this up on your wall to display, looks good, and if you're just going to display him outside of the packaging, he still looks really great. So with that being looked at today and being said, what do you guys think of this best action figure? I think this guy looks really great. The detailing, the sculpting is really nice. To be quite honest with you, I had an easier time with him than I did with Bebop and Rocksteady. The hands were not hard to take out at all, and it was very easy to pop back into place. The joints weren't very stiff. Yes, of course, the articulation, they're telling you it's 31 points of articulation, but you know what? I don't really think that's 100% accurate because of the limitation, especially on this guy. Yeah, you're not going to get 31 points of articulation. So if you want to pose him in all these impossible poses, you're not going to get that. But I still think it's cool that they included Krang as well with the figure, and that you can pop Krang into the body. That's cool as well. For a figure that is not that expensive, I would say if you want to add this to your collection, I would say this is a definite to add to the collection. But again, if you like the way the old figure looks and you don't think the painting is too accurate or you think it's too metallic, just if you're good at painting, slap a fresh coat of paint on there, you'll be good to go. Me, when I'm done with this review, I'm slapping him back into the box and he's going back on display because I don't really like to keep my figures too much out of the packaging. I like displaying them on my wall as a backdrop. And are you fans of the Best Action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lines? Or, like I asked you with the Bebop and Rocksteady figure reviews, do you prefer NECA and Super 7? I personally don't like the Super 7. I think that they're too expensive. I don't discredit those who like Super 7. It's not for me. I find they're too expensive. I would rather go with the NECA figures because the NECA figures are just as nice. But I do find that these Best Action figures, even if you don't want, look, just in terms of looking at them, they're very nice looking. We're going back to the 80s. Best Action Foot Soldier and Best Action April O'Neil. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Boomer the Nerd YouTube channel. I don't know, I'm saying it like I'm a famous YouTuber. I'm really not. Welcome back to the channel, guys. As promised, today I am taking a look at April O'Neil and the Foot Soldier from the Loyal Subjects Los Angeles line of Best Action figures. These figures are pretty detailed in my opinion. There's a lot of posability. However, you know, some of the stuff that they boast you can't really do with the figure, but they still look very nice. And I've said multiple times in the past that these figures do remind me of some of the more high-end quality figures that you can get out there. Most notably, the Japanese SH Figure Arts figures. They remind me a lot of those, especially the way that they're packaged and everything. I know a lot of people don't really like the Best Action. It's not really their bread and butter, but I'm not gonna lie to you. If you are a collector who doesn't always want to pay an absorbent amount of money, for example, on the Super 7 figures, who I find Super 7 figures are way too expensive. If you don't want to spend all that money on that, and if NECA is a little too pricey for you, although NECA I find is a little more in the better price range, then I find that the Best Action figures are definitely a line of Turtles figures for you to collect. I absolutely love them. I have a wall in my office, as you see regularly when I film my videos, with these Best Action figures behind me. So with that being said, today we're going to take a look at the Foot Soldier. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at April O'Neil. We'll review, take a look at the articulation, every single accessory each figure comes with. And then after that, we'll divulge and talk amongst ourselves. With that being said, let's get looking at the figures and let's get the review on the road. And here's our Foot Soldier, that dastardly henchman in all of his purple and black glory from the 80s TV series. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all of you out there. I did put a post out on my my YouTube channel. Sorry, I don't know, I'm not knowing how to speak today. Up on the community, asking for you to vote. And I asked you guys a variety of different turtles to take a look at. And the majority of you guys said that the next review you want to see is the 80s Foot Soldier and April O'Neil. So we're following through. That's what we're taking a look at today. First things first, we have this foot soldier as he's rotating around the platform. I had to put some sticky tack on the bottom because the packaging on him, the bottom is bumped, you know, like slightly, as you could see, it's a little bumped over. So he's not standing properly on the spinning platform. Even when I tried to get him onto the bottom here, the ground, he wasn't standing up properly either. So it's gonna be a little bit of an issue like that. That's why we're taking a look at his package like this. You know what? Maybe we'll do the same thing with April and you'll keep her rotating. All right, so now that we've had a look at the packaging and we'll take a look and see what we have all around in terms of the detailing of the packaging, let's get this guy out of the box and see what he's all about. Of course, as I tell you that he does not want to stand up properly, he's standing up just fine on this backdrop. So then we can go ahead and take a look. Then you got the cartoon version of the foot soldier there and there. You got the barcode and everything down here. All right, so let's take a look and see what he says. The Foot is an ancient ninjutsu clan founded in Japan in 1853. After taking control of the clan, the Shredder moved them to New York City and replaced the human soldiers with robots. They may not be the best fighters, but their strength is in numbers. 31 points of articulation, incredible sculpt details, and it comes with multiple accessories. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open. Let's see what the figure himself has going on for him. I mean, the figure already just looks pretty good. If he wants to come out of the packaging, there we go. Wow, that was really tough to get him out of there. Let's move the packaging to the side. All right, so he comes with this first and foremost, which all is in the back of the display. This foot soldier on the side. All right, let's get him over here. There he goes, just in a plastic shell like that, which I always appreciate. That Best Action, my God, I'm gonna say BST AXN until don't know. All right, there we go. Let's get all the accessories out. You can't see me doing anything because it's so, here, let's move this down a bit. There we go. Let's get all the stuff out. Let's remove our foot soldier. Comes with a lot of accessories, I will say that. Got some hands and stuff. There we go. Boom, boom. And they always come with this little piece. Boom, let's move that to the side. I don't know why boom is the thing that I'm saying right now. Let's move the plastic shell to the side. All right, let's get him. There we go. Let's put him up in place. His head, but no, okay. Sometimes these figures, I'm like, what are we doing? Come on. You want to stand or not? He doesn't seem to want to stand. Okay. There we go. He's standing now. Adjust my camera. So I thought I was filming, but apparently I wasn't. So let's do this again. Our foot soldier comes with 2 open hands. There you go. He also comes with 2 grabbing hands. So you can put the weapons in these hands. He also comes with this spear, which is very nicely detailed. Oh, nicely detailed. As detailed as it can be. He also comes with a sword, which is painted pretty nicely. And he also comes with a gun, like a suction cup type thing. And finally, he also comes with the world's smallest, at least in my opinion, ninja throwing stars. That's pretty cool. Now on to our foot soldier himself, if he wants to comply with me and stand up properly. I feel like I'm gonna have some problems with this guy. Okay, so let's stand him up, just like that, and let's get the measuring tape. Here we are, the measuring tape, and let's see how tall he is. He is a little over 4.5 inches, so not really that tall of a figure. Pretty standard size, I guess you could say, for an action figure. And now, with the figure himself, well, I will say he does look pretty good, though. The detailing is very nice. The painting is very clean and crisp on this figure. That's one thing I will say about our foot soldier. Now, as you've been noticing, I've been fiddling around, trying to get the head to move. Now, I don't know if it's because this guy here that I own, his head is stiff. His head should be moving, but his head does not want to move. So, I don't know. Anyways, the arm does not really, like, it goes all the way, almost wants to go all the way around, but because of the shoulders, it's blocking. You've got a cut swivel right here in the arm. It is on a double jointed elbow. His hand rotates all around. Then he's got torso swivel. He's got moving all around too. Same thing for the other arm. It's all the same articulation. There's a cut right here in the thigh to swivel it around. So it's going to be both on both legs. And he's got a not really a double jointed knee, but his knee just like moves. And one thing I'm not sure I like is that the knee, when you bend it, look at that. It very visibly shows the cut right there. And then the foot goes up and all the way up, all the way down, and somewhat of an ankle rocker. So all in all, the articulation is pretty good. I'm just wishing that I could move the head, but I don't know. The head does not want to comply with me. I don't know what's going on with the foot soldier. Let's see. Can we even remove one hand? Because I just want to show you guys what it looks like. There you go. Let's get one hand off. Let's just take a look and see what he looks like holding the weapons, if the weapons hold well in the hand. So, okay. All right, then the spear holds pretty nicely in the hand. This might be something that could, sometimes if you're having issues with him standing up, the spear could be something that could help him stand up. It doesn't also help that my backdrop today is doing some weird things. So the spear can help him stand up. That's pretty cool. Does this... I've had issues putting some of the accessories in their hands in the past, and oh moly, holy moly, I don't even want to try with this sword. Nope, I'm not doing that. And the gun... Okay, the gun is just slightly going to fit in there, but it's going to make your foot soldier very top heavy. So just be aware when you do put that gun in his hand, but at least it looks good when he holds it. All right. I don't even want to try with the ninja stars because I don't know how you're going to get those in his hand. That's my best bet for this one. You're just going to have to rest it there. I don't know. Unless you want to take these loose hands and just put the ninja star. You can probably just put the ninja star like that. That actually makes more sense. There you go. There you go. So all in all, that's the foot soldier with all of his accessories. And again, the sculpting and the detailing looks good. The shoulder, like the shoulder pads look great. Even the foots, the boots look great. The back of the figure looks good too. I mean, look, they even added the foot logo on the top of his head. And the yellow eyes. Again, my only beef is that his head does not want to seem to move. And I feel like if I do finally move it, it might break off. So I don't want to take any chances. But nonetheless, the foot soldier definitely looks fantastic. I think this is a great looking figure. Would I recommend putting this in your collection? Yeah, I mean, look, if you can find this guy for not too expensive like I did, as for army building, definitely grab him. He looks good. He looks great. And if you get yourself different foot soldiers, especially with the different accessories and hands that it comes with, if you're army building, then yes, these you can display them differently with each one of their accessories. So this definitely looks fantastic. All right, I'm going to get him back into his packaging. We're going to take a short break. Once we come back from the break, we'll take a look at April O'Neil. Stick around. I'll be right back.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
Who's your favorite turtle? Are you leading off with Leonardo?
If only we had some kind of clue!
Or the mighty Michelangelo? The dynamic Donatello? Or the righteous Raphael?
Bingo!
Maybe your favorite isn't a turtle at all. Could it be April O'Neil? Or the sinister Shredder and crying? Whoever it is, they're America's favorite daily cartoon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Today at 5 on the WLV.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right, turtle fiends, turtle power dudes, cowabunga guys. We are back. Now we are taking a look at April O'Neil as she rotates on the platform. This is April O'Neil from her 80s look. I know, in the comic books she looks different. In later media she looks different. This to me will always be the classic look of April O'Neil, no matter what. Don't get me wrong, I like the April O'Neil from the 2003 series. I kind of like the April O'Neil from the 2012 series. I really like April O'Neil from the 2023 movie and the Rise of the Turtles, but I think April in the Rise of the Turtles is the only thing I like about Rise of the Turtles, because I thought it was pretty neat to make April O'Neil African American in both that series and that movie. A lot of hate for the 2023 Mutant Mayhem movie. I loved it. A lot of Turtles fans loved it too, but you know what? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But here we go. We're going to take a look at the classic. This is, I would say, cartoon. The classic look is definitely from the comic books. And I would love to get a figure of April O'Neil and Casey Jones from the comics. I would actually love to get a figure of all of them from the classic Easton and Laird Turtles comic book run. But here we go. This is the cartoon, the 80s cartoon version of April O'Neil. She comes with a bunch of accessories, so let's go ahead and take a look at everything she has that comes with her. And we'll take a look at our articulation, and we'll divulge, hopefully her head moves this time, unlike the foot soldier. So let's go ahead and get her out of the package. Let's take a look at April O'Neil. Alrighty. Here is our April O'Neil. It's probably a 90s reference. All right. But not to do with the 80s. So here's April O'Neil. She has something in here that looks like it's... I don't know. Something in here is like... I really don't know what that is. Anyways, we got April O'Neil. That is the cartoony look. Again, these are not accurate to what the show was, because April didn't look like that in the cartoon. Yes, that is what it's modeled after, but, you know, she didn't look exactly like that. And here we go. April O'Neil. See, the foot soldier had only English writing. This one has 3 different languages. All right, that's it's still cool, though. April O'Neil is a quick-witted television news reporter for Channel 6 News. She's the Turtles' most loyal human ally and is most often their link to the outside world. I mean, their second most loyal ally is Casey Jones. We all know that. 31 points of articulation, incredible sculpt details, as they would say in French, détails sculptés incroyables. And here comes the accessories with April O'Neil. All right, so let's get her opened up and take a look and see what she's got to do. Okay, bottom is open. Let's see. Packaging is a little stiff right now. I'm just having a hard time getting her out of the package. Just give me a moment, guys. All right, there we go. Let's get her out. She doesn't have anything like the foot soldier, but you see on there it says April O'Neil. There you go. Her background is just a bunch of 80s turtles. So still pretty dang neat looking. Let's put the box to the side. We don't need that for the moment. There she is in her clamshell with the nice looking different colors. Let's get her out of here. Okay, come on. Oh, that's what's hindering me. It's this right here. This is hindering me from getting her out of the packaging. Well, we got her out of the packaging, and our April O'Neil comes with quite an array of accessories. When I take a look at that, she's got literally a few different hands. She's got a different head. She's got a little gun, a camera, a microphone, a headset. Holy moly me. First things first, measuring tape. Let's go and see how tall she is. And she is, she's just a little over 4 inches, very close to 4.5 inches. So maybe around the same height as the foot soldier, maybe just a little smaller. Let's go ahead first things first and take a look at the accessories that April O'Neil comes with, the very small accessories. So she got herself a handgun for April to be shooting. I don't know how well that's going to catch on camera. She comes with a very tiny microphone, which I appreciate the fact that the Channel 6 logo is right on there. Trying to catch that properly for you guys, I apologize. But yeah, there you go, Channel 6 logo. She's got herself a headset. She also has a camera, but I'm fairly certain that should be with Vern, not with April O'Neil. And she's got herself some different hands. Let's take a look at the hands. Very small, tiny little hands that April O'Neil comes with. So this is the trigger hand, which is really neat, actually, if you want to put that gun in her hand. And then finally, she has 2 other hands, which are gripping hands. There you go. Oh, sorry. And she also has an alternate head sculpt where she's looking very concerned. It's a very concerned looking April. She's not sure what to do because Vern is ruining her day. April, we gotta get the scoop. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation on April O'Neil. You know what's funny? You guys voted, and you voted for April O'Neil in the Foot Soldier. I thought for sure you guys would want to see Turtles, Taka or Razar, or Casey Jones. No, you guys want to see April O'Neil and the Foot Soldier. All right, that's fine by me. So April's head rotates slightly. I don't want to move it. I don't want to break anything. Her arm back and forth, as so on both arms. Her elbow is on a double hinge, which is really great. The hand turns all the way around, and does it move up and down? No, it doesn't. She too has a torso crunch. She doesn't have a torso. No, she doesn't. Then her leg right here, there's a cut. It's very stiff on mine, I'll tell you that right now. Legs move slightly back and forth. Knee bends in all around. And again, I'm not sure if I like this. However, on this one, it doesn't look too bad because it's got the knee pads. And then there's no cut in the cuts up here, regardless. But then the food moves up. Apparently I'm hungry. Foot moves up and down. Is it on an ankle rocker? No, it's not any ankle rocker. So that's what you get. And then there's the sculpting and detailing. This is a happy looking April, or just a petrified looking April O'Neil. And the outfit looks great. It looks like she's pulled right out of the 1980s cartoon. Not very much painting on it. Oh, look at that's neat back there. She's got a mic pack. Really cool. I don't know, there's a little paint scuffing back here, a little bit of gray, but whatever. And the belt is nicely pasted all around. It's not sloppy, at least the painting. And there's detail, especially on the back of the jumpsuit. So it looks great, the painting. And like I said, this looks like she's pulled right out of the 1980s cartoon. Let me know down below what your favorite April O'Neil look is. Is it from the comic book? Is it from the 80s cartoon like we have right here? Is it from the 2012 series? Is it from the 2003 series, The Rise of the Ninja Turtles? Is it from those Michael Bay movies? Is it from the 2007 movies or the 2023 movie? Let me know down below what your favorite April O'Neil look is. So yeah, let's take a look and see with all these accessories that she comes included with. So does that headset... Yeah, you're just going to have to sit that headset right on her like that. Not much more to it. Not much more to it. And if we just remove one hand... Oh, boy. Oh, I don't want to remove the hand. I feel like that's going to break out. So let's not do that. Let's go with the gripping hand. Let's put the microphone in hand, see if this fits. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be able to fit that microphone in her hand. So there you go. Quite a grip. And if we take a look at the camera, yeah, that camera fits nicely in the hand as well. So that's perfect. And then if we take a look at the trigger hand, well, I don't know if it's going to get in or not. No? You don't want to? Oh. No? Oh, okay, well... Got in slightly. I don't want to break anything, so get it in slightly. You can get the gun nicely in the hand. Lack of paint on the gun, though, again, leaves a lot to be desired. And I'm assuming that the head just does pop off, but I don't know. I don't want to remove anything from her because I really do feel like if I do remove something from April O'Neil, it might break off, and I really don't want that to happen. Nonetheless, she is a good-looking figure. I like the look of her. She looks phenomenal. The paint job is nice. Okay, if we take a look at the two heads together, does not look really like, I don't know. I think I like both the heads, I guess. They both look like April O'Neil, but if compared side to side, which if I were to put on display, I don't know if I would put this head on her because this is like permanent. This one just looks like she's staring into the headlights. At least she's got somewhat of a smile, but she's got dead looking eyes in this one. At least these eyes here are concerned, so... I don't know. Let me know which head sculpt you guys like better. But again, nonetheless, a really cool looking action figure. Really gonna look good if you put her next to the Turtles and Casey Jones. I don't know why Best Action has not put out a Splinter based on the '80s line. There's been a Shredder. There's been Bebop and Rocksteady, Casey Jones, all 4 Turtles, but no Splinter. I'd like to see a Splinter from the '80s cartoon by Best Action. All right, so here you have it. That was our look today at the BST AXN Best Action, April O'Neil and Foot Soldier, based on their looks from the 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I will say these are awesome looking figures. I still think that the articulation that Best Action talks about is kind of a fib, to be quite honest with you, because as you saw, especially with the Foot Soldier, his head just does not want to move. And again, I don't know if it's just the figure that I have in my collection or if it's all of them, but let me know down below for those of you who picked up these figures, especially the Foot Soldier, did you have that issue with the Foot Soldier with the head not moving? Same thing with April O'Neil. I feel like her joints to remove the hands and the head are a little too stiff. So I'm scared of putting anything, removing and replacing anything, because I'm scared it might break, and that's not something that I want to do. So if you're wondering why I put these two specifically together, well, it's kind of a nod to the 1990s movie. When we're first introduced to April O'Neil in the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie, she's attacked by the Foot Clan. And then, of course, we all know she's saved by the Turtles. So that's why I want to do April O'Neil and the Foot Soldier, just as a little nod, as a little reference to the original movie, in case you guys were wondering why I put these two together. So that being said, I still think these are worth it. I think these are great looking action figures, and I really do think that if you're interested in picking these up, I highly recommend picking them up, especially with the fact that you can get them for really cheap. I know I got a lot of these on special, but guys, for the price that they're going for, especially on Amazon, they are really affordable Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. But what do you guys stand on these? Do you, like I asked you earlier, do you prefer Super 7? Do you prefer NECA? Do you like the Best Action, or do you prefer Playmates? Personally, I still prefer Playmates. I know, I prefer Playmates. I also prefer NECA, but I really do love these Best Action figures, and I feel like a lot of people giving them crap is not called for. Okay, some of the articulation is whatever, it is what it is, but these are really detailed and really nice looking figures. If you just keep, if you put them on display and you don't move around with them, or if you keep them in the packaging, they do look like high quality, high end figures. Like I said, they remind me of the SH Figuarts figures. And especially with the packaging, I'm not gonna lie, I love these figures a lot. I think these are phenomenal pieces to have in your collection. I really, personally, between these two, I'm not gonna lie to you, first of all, I would say go ahead and get the Foot Soldier in terms of army building. Go ahead and do that, even if the heads don't move. Look, you saw the hands can move out easily. Go ahead and get those for army building. And this April O'Neil is a really good looking April O'Neil figure. I actually think that she's a lot nicer than the reissue that Playmates is doing right now. I know a lot of people in the States are going crazy over that, but I digress. I really think that she is a great looking figure. Okay, it's not like the NECA Toon version. Obviously, that one's really nice. But I still think that if you want an affordable April O'Neil, guys, this one is worth getting. You can get her on Amazon too for not too expensive. All right, I've taken up enough of your time today. We're gonna get out of here for the day. Go about your day. If you gotta go to school, go to school. If you gotta go to work. I don't know. I probably gotta go to work too. So, anyways, we'll finish this off now. The lesson is Pain 101. Your instructor 2 minutes
is
for
Casey
slashing,
Jones.
2 minutes for hooking, and let's not forget my personal favorite, 2 minutes for high sticking. I'm back with another Best Action figure review today, double review. This time around, I am doing my favorite character from Ninja Turtles. That sounds pretty bad. I'm not doing my favorite character. I'm reviewing my favorite character from Ninja Turtles. Today we're going to take a look at the Best Action Casey Jones, based on his appearance from the 1980s cartoon, coming included with a bunch of different accessories and an alternate head sculpt, as well as the Urban Legends comic book Casey Jones, which also comes with multiple accessories, which it just looks like the comic book version, just it has a different head sculpt. So I'm really excited about this. I was gonna do Taka and Razar, but you know what? I thought to myself, you know what? I wanna get Casey Jones. I wanna grab him. I wanna review him. I'm really excited to get this guy out of the way. So let's get straight into it. Let's get to taking a look at these Best Action Casey Jones action figures. You're breaking the law, Buster. So first we're going to take a look at Casey Jones based on his appearance in the 1987 cartoon. Actually, dare I say, based on his action figure counterpart from the 1980s toy line, which is also in turn based on his appearance from the 1980s cartoon. We're going to take a look at the packaging in just a moment as I have him on the spinning platform. He boasts 31 points of articulation. He comes with a bunch of neon accessories, which we'll take a look at once we take him out. A couple of interchangeable parts. This figure actually looks pretty cool. I think that the alternate head sculpt is probably an homage to the Casey Jones from the 2012 animated series. Personally, yes, I would have liked to have gotten the Casey Jones basically that has the regular alternate head with the non-neon accessories, but I love the action figure, the toy, so much from the 80s that I'm actually happy that this is the version of Casey Jones I have. So let's go ahead and grab him off the spinning platform. Apparently I can't speak. Let's get the box open and let's take a look and see what the 1980s Casey Jones looks like. Well, if you've seen me do Best Action Loyal Subjects Los Angeles Best Action Figures review in the past, you'll know that the packaging is pretty much the same thing. It's got the window box with a cartoony photo of the character on the side. Same thing for on the side here. You have a glam shot of the cartoon itself. On the top is another window opening. Same thing for the side. Best features, best articulation, best assortment. This is Casey Jones' skull face. As I mentioned, he comes with the alternate head sculpt, which I think, as I said, pays homage to the 2012 series Casey Jones. A couple of different hands. So here we go. This boasts, as always, 31 points of articulation. That's one thing that I will say I'm not too much in agreement with, because I don't really think there is that much articulation. But I digress. Casey Jones. Casey Jones is a hothead vigilante who stalks the streets of New York City, ready to stop crime with his hockey mask, hockey stick, and baseball bat. He teams up with the Turtles and becomes one of their greatest human allies. So there you go. Incredible sculpt details, multiple accessories. So there you go. And if you want to have him displayed like that, but I don't think you would want to have him displayed like that, because Casey Jones, the iconic look is with the hockey mask. So yeah, there you have it. This was released in 2022. I'm only getting around to taking a look at him now. So let's go ahead and let's crack this open. Let's see, what's the best way to get this guy open? There's usually a slit on the bottom. So let me, you know what? You guys are gonna have to bear with me for a moment. It's all in removing the tape at the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. I know that, you know what, I should probably take the time to open this up by myself, not on camera, so it takes less time to shut for the process. But hey, we're doing it. It's all in the unboxing, right? It's all in the unboxing. Okay, let's slide him out of his packaging. And Casey Jones just has a basic blue background with all the turtles. And it says his name there on the inside, Casey Jones. That's slid out fairly easy. Okay, you guys can see my hairy hand apparently. Just gonna close the box back up for now. And we're gonna put that over there just for the time being. And then we got Casey Jones right here in his plastic shell, always with this little best action thing. I'm not quite sure. I've never known exactly what this is. Let's get the plastic shell open. Get the contents out. Now, I've heard something about this duffel bag that we're not gonna be playing around with the items in this video, because I heard things about the items that I am not looking, I don't want to break things is what I'm trying to get at. Let's just move this stuff out of the way for the time being so that we can properly take a look at our Casey Jones figure, whom is out of camera. He's not in camera. He doesn't want to join us today. There we go. Put him back into camera. Put everything into focus into camera. Okay, there we go. So he's laying down. Let's get him standing up properly. Casey Jones, this is your time to shine. So why are you laying down? Not time to sleep on this, Casey Jones. There we go. We got him standing up. Oof. Okay, that was quite the feat to get him to stand up. Let's Gonna move some stuff out of the way because first things first, before we get into taking a look at him, one thing I want to do is I want to compare him next to his 1980s action figure counterpart so that we can see what they look like together as a likeness. Let's bring in the figure from the 1980s toy line. So there's Casey Jones next to Casey Jones, toy versus toy. So all in all, for the new figure, if we're just looking at them like that, new figure looks pretty accurate. Sorry, clearing my throat on camera. I apologize for that. And if we turn them around, yeah, it's pretty accurate to what the figure and what the toy looks like, except for on the back here, you see that there's the mask piece, but there's none on the back here. But nonetheless, okay, why are you not, there we go. Nonetheless, it does bear pretty good likeness to the original toy from the 1980s. So I'm fairly happy with that so far. Okay, so let's take a look at our Casey Jones here. I think my camera's a little off-sided. There we go. So let's bring back in the accessories, and we're gonna take a look at our Casey Jones accessories like we always do with these figures. We've got two Casey Jones to take a look at, so this is gonna be a fun video. If you're a fan of Casey Jones, strap in, guys, strap in. Okay, let's go with the accessories. First things first, and these are all neon accessories because the figure itself came with neon accessories, which that I still need to get for my 1980s Casey Jones figure that I just showed. I need to get the accessories because I want to have a complete Casey Jones eventually, So he comes with a golf club. Not much to it. In the original figure, these are all painted. So comes with a golf club, which is all twisted and mangled from hitting people over the head. He comes with a, it's another golf club. I forget what this one is. That one's the club, but this one is the, I forget what this was called. I'm not a golf player, so maybe someone down below can let me know what exactly this club is for golf. Comes with that. He comes with a goaltender hockey stick. The only kind of painting on the side is right here where it says Eastman. So you got the hockey stick. And he comes with a neon duffel bag, which you can just go ahead and put all the accessories in the duffel bag, and they just store and sit in there just like that. Now, there's one thing that I did hear about this Casey Jones figure when it comes to the duffel bag. Don't put the duffel bag on him. I've seen many review on, well, not many review. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 reviews online, and the same thing. I mainly saw this from Toy Shiz. The handle is very easy to break off if you're going to put him on your Casey Jones. So if you're going to have Casey Jones with his duffel bag, just display it next to him. That would be my bet. I'm not going to be messing around with that today. Figure also comes included with 2 extra hands. So first things first, we have another fisted hand with white tape on it. Which, well, I can't, yeah, there you go. So white tape on that hand. And a alternate gloved hand. So the hands you have right now are gripping hands. These are closed fist hands. So he comes with that. And then he comes with an alternate head sculpt, which is basically just a skull head. As I mentioned earlier, I believe that this is supposed to be an homage to the 2012 series Casey Jones. But I mean, the detailing's pretty nice. In the original figure, it's just, you know, a regular face of Casey Jones, which is an homage to the 2003 cartoon. My gosh, I can't speak apparently. So there you go. That's all the accessories that come with Casey Jones as he decides to fall down on me because, you know, he had an issue standing up before. So why would he not want to stand up right now? All right, now that we've got the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the figure itself. In fact, before we even take a look at the figure, I often forget to do this. Let's measure our Casey Jones. See how tall he is? Pretty tall figure. He's just about 5 inches tall, which gives us in centimeters. And I'm not very good with centimeters. So that's just about over, I don't know, you guys tell me. That's what it is in centimeters. It's always important to measure your figure before you take a look at the articulation because you really want to see the height. So I'm not going to be popping things out. I don't really want to start interchanging parts. But let's go straight into the detailing and to the articulation. Let's go with the articulation first. So Casey Jones' head does not move all around. It moves side to side. It's on somewhat of a ball joint, I would think, so you can't really make him look up or down. The arm goes all the way around. There's a rotation here in the top of the arm. The elbow is on a double hinge. The hand does not, yeah, there we go, it's going to turn. Hand rotates all the way around. It doesn't really do anything in terms of moving there. The arm on this side, however, is going to be limited because of the shoulder pad, but in terms of that's the same kind of articulation on this side. He's got a little bit of an ab crunch right there at the top. He doesn't have any torso rotation. He's got a swivel here in his upper thigh. It doesn't really want to move though. He's got a, here you go, his leg cartoonishly bends all the way freakishly backwards like that. Same thing for this leg. And then the foot down here, you know, just a little bit front and back and a little bit tiny bit side to side. I will say, however, this is a good looking Casey Jones figure. I love the detailing on his mask. The mask looks fantastic, like he just came straight out of the cartoon. And I love the blue that they added to the hair, which is kind of like the cartoon. Now, they did add a little extra detailing when it came to the mask itself, the strap effect, so that looks really great too. Unlike the action figure it's based off of, this shoulder pad has layered on it. You see Eastman on the hockey stick. And just after that, I mean, the outfit itself is pretty much the same thing when you go all the way down as the action figure itself. The only difference is that in the other toy, the shoes themselves are more just a solid neon green, whereas this has a little bit of tone of white on the shoes. But all in all, I mean, you got the drawstring and everything. You got this drawstring right there for the hood, and even the back of the figure itself. They did not skimp out on detailing. I know a lot of people complain about best action. My one complaint is this, though: when you do this with the knees, right, that doesn't look that great. I'm sure if you have him in a jumping pose, yeah, even at that, it just looks too cartoony. I mean, there's a way to figure it out to like have it look better than that, but. I mean, it does look great. The articulation is pretty much... Is it 31 points of articulation? I don't know. I mentioned that the duffel bag, I've seen it before, that people say it breaks. However, you could just, you could just put it right there like that on him. He can, and it's probably going to make him top heavy, which is, yeah, that's what's doing. But you could probably just put it around him like that, just like that. Or I think there might be a little handle. Yeah, there's a handle right here. If you're able to get that into his hand, you could probably have him, yeah, just holding the duffel bag too. So, like, again, he will, at least it's not as top heavy when he holds it in his hand. So then he can, pop all of Casey Jones's accessories into the bag while he's standing there, so they're going to fall out. But in terms of accessories, do they hold properly? This one definitely will. I know, because that one just has a little bit of a very tiny thing there. Same thing for here. You can pop that in easily, the golf club. So it does go in his hand very well. So far, this is the best. Yeah, and the hockey stick too actually does. Let's fit it in the other hand. Let's see, actually. This hand does not. Does one hold it? Okay, well, at least it does fit fairly well in this hand too. So you can have him gripping his hockey stick. So yeah, all in all, actually, I'm fairly impressed with this Casey Jones. Dare I say, out of all the best action figures that I've taken a look at so far, before we'd even take a look at the Urban Legends Casey Jones, thus far, I think this Casey Jones, this figure right here, is probably my favorite that Best Action has released. Again, I'm not putting this on him because I don't want to have this thing break. Well, now that we haven't taken a look at our 80s style cartoon action figure homage Casey Jones figure, let's wipe the slate clean and let's take a look at the Urban Legends Casey Jones. Before we do so, we're going to take a very quick break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we'll take a look at Urban Legends Casey Jones. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
Introducing Leatherhead, the evil Cajun gator.
Leatherhead, these are your targets, the friends of the Ninja Turtles. Yusaki Yojimbo, the samurai rabbit. Casey Jones, the sports warrior. And Metalhead, the robotic turtle vending machine. Destroy them!
Whoa! Better watch the old blood pressure, Shredhead!
Now you can get a pop-up display stand inside specially marked packages of turtle figures. Great for displaying turtles when they're not eating pizza. From Playmates.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're all gonna pay, because Casey Jones is on the job. Taking a step into different territory here, now we're gonna take a look at a little bit of a darker figure when it comes to Casey Jones. This is based on his look on the Urban Legends comic book series. I believe that this was a series put out by IDW. I actually have yet to read that series. And I was not planning on getting this Casey Jones originally, but as I looked more at the figure and I thought to myself, hey, if ever I do want to put him on display, I can definitely pop out the United States flag mask and put on his original vigilante mask. Well, I could do that too. This one as well comes with an alternate head, with a couple of alternate hands, and some alternate accessories. Not alternate accessories. It comes with all the accessories along with the figure. 31 points of articulation as well. So we're gonna take a look at this figure. We'll compare him also to the 80s Casey Jones, and let's have a good time with it. Having just looked at Casey Jones based on the 80s cartoon / toy just a mere moments ago, we're shifting our gear, as I mentioned, to the much darker in nature Urban Legends Casey Jones. Before we take a look at him, let's compare him to another little bit of a darker figure that I have of Casey Jones in my collection, the NECA Ultimate Casey Jones based on the movie. This is basically him right here. So a little bit of a darker variant, so still looks pretty cool next to his NECA, next is the NECA counterpart based on the movie version. All right, so let's grab the box here. And I'm going to just put him down for a moment. I'll get the tape off so we can open up the box. Actually, not yet. I forgot to do this first. Let's take a look at the packaging first, like I always do. I know we were rotating him on the platform, but what you gonna do? We got a nice picture of Casey Jones from the comic book right here in the front. You got your window with Casey Jones coming with all of his accessories. Window frame on the back. This one here has the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo, but I think all of the Best Action do have that. So another pick right there, and I believe that's Kevin Eastman artwork, so that's really cool. On the back, we have 31 points of articulation, incredible sculpt details, multiple accessories. So here comes all the accessories right here, and a couple of interchangeable pieces. Is this the same read-up? Is this the same read-up? It is. Casey Jones is a hothead vigilante who stalks the streets of New York City, ready to stop crime with his hockey mask, hockey stick, and baseball bat. He teams up with the Turtles and becomes one of their greatest human allies. And to this day, my favorite character when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So now let's put him down to the side, down on its back, lay him flat. I'll take that little piece of tape off right here and I'll get him out of the packaging. All right, let's go ahead and open up the box itself. There we go. Let's hope that he slides out smooth like butter, like the other Casey Jones. Smooth like butter. Buttery toast. Oh, buttery toast. It's my wife, her favorite. Buttery toast. That's her favorite snack. Buttery toast. So inside we just have some basically gritty metal. Hi, everyone. And then on the side it says Casey Jones. Oh, it's going to be awkward for the thumbnail. I use the basic general purple background that I always do for these turtle videos. That's going to be a little bit awkward, stating how neither of these figures have that colorful background. Oh well, it's just a staple for me when it comes to these figures. I'll fix that afterwards. Let's get him out of the casing. Let's get Casey out of the casing. Casey Kasem. Casey Kasem, the voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. You know what? Right off the bat, I'm noticing something. Huh, look, okay, this is really odd. This is odd. You gypped me, Best Action. You gypped us all. Look at right here on the back. On the back right here, it says that there are two open hand interchangeable hands. But compact inside here, let me just pop this back on really quickly because I don't want to have everything fall out. There's only 2 interchangeable hands, 2 closed-fisted interchangeable hands. Am I missing something? No, they lied. They lied to us on the packaging. There are no open grip, relaxed hands, just closed-fisted hands. If you're gonna promote something on the back of your packaging that comes with the toy, be accurate. Don't put something that's not coming with the action figure. I don't like being lied to. I don't like being lied to. Best Action, you lied to us. But I digress. Let's get him out of his clamshell packaging here. There we go. Again, it comes with this. I don't know what that little piece of paper is for. I don't think we really need that. So we're just gonna dig out all the accessories. You know what? Boom, there we go. Make it easier. Make it so much easier. Just throw everything on the ground.
I threw it on the ground.
That's a reference to SNL, an obscure reference to Saturday Night Live you don't see very often. All right, let's put everything to the side. Can we see that? Yes, we can see that on camera. Perfect. Perfection. And then we got everything over there. And here is our action figure, our Casey Jones, right out of the packaging, who feels similar to the Casey Jones that we just had a look at momentarily ago. Oh, he's standing properly this time. Perfect. Let's get our measuring tape. So he stands same height as the other Casey Jones, just a little under 5 inches. And in case you're wondering in centimeters, there you go. That's how tall he is in centimeters. Alrighty. Let's get him next to the Casey Jones, like I mentioned, that we just had a look at a few moments ago. Let's put them next to each other. There we go. We got Casey Jones next to Casey Jones, and they are pretty much the same height when you put them next to each other. And they do look pretty good next to each other. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm still liking the 80s Casey Jones, but I'm liking the posing, the way that they have the figure look on the Urban Legends one. All right, so let's take a look. First and foremost, let's take a look at the accessories. The disappointing, just 2 closed-fisted hands, no relaxed hands. So there we go, 2 closed-fisted hands. He also comes with the alternate head sculpt with his classic mask, which has the strap going around, which I appreciate that. I love that. The hair is very detailed as well, so I like that mask a lot. He also comes with a cricket paddle.
Cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. I'll teach you.
And then he also comes with a, what is it, that song by Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man, a spiked effing bat. Yeah, that Method Man song. Go check that out. If you like old 90s hip hop, yeah, Method Man. Starts in there in the beginning. He says a spiked bat. Guys, I'm not making that up. It stuck with me. It stuck with me ever since I first heard that song many moons ago. Just because of its graphic nature, not because I'm like, this is amazing. Just because I'm like, is he actually saying this shit right now? Like, okay, I love Method Man. I'm not the biggest hip hop fan, but Method Man is one of those guys that I will consider on the pantheon of greatness, especially with the fact that he is a fellow comic book enthusiast. But that song just has a very alarming intro. Anyways, he also comes with a duffel bag as well here. This one's a square duffel bag that's all brown. Very hollow inside, nothing inside. That is not right what I'm doing. Putting my finger in there. I should not be doing that. I am sorry, guys. It's just to show you that it is very deep and hollow. So there's all the accessories that comes with Casey Jones. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure himself. So he's got the, you know what, let's start with the articulation. So the head this time around, the head does go all the way around, which is perfect. And I'm willing to bet because he doesn't have the shoulder pad this time around that both arms are going to go all the way around. They're going to extend out. Actually, I think it was the same thing with the other Casey Jones. I just forgot to show that. But yeah, same thing. The other Casey Jones does this as well. Then there's a bicep swivel right there. If I can get the arms back down. Okay, don't put your Casey Jones, don't move his arms out because it's going to be tough to get them back down. Really? You don't want to go back down now? Okay. Then his elbow is on a double joint. Hand moves all the way around. Just don't understand why the arm doesn't want to go back down. It's going to be a little tough to put him back in the packaging. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, and he's got an upper torso crunch. No, a little bit of a torso rotation here. He's got leg move back and forth like that. He's got a twist here in the upper thigh, but it's a little tight. His knee, just like the other figure, goes all the way in like that. Up and down, a little bit side to side with the rocker. I'm still don't understand, and I don't want to break anything. Anyways, so that's what he looks like. I feel like if I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if I did something wrong, but yeah, the arm really does not want to go. Trying to slightly put it back. Oh, there we go. Now there we go. Okay, wow, that was I don't know what happened there, but okay. All right, so the mask itself, actually very nicely detailed for the American flag mask, but if I'm not going to lie to you, I think I prefer this mask over the American flag one. I know this is supposed to be darker, this is more the gritty version of Casey Jones for the comic, but if I'm going to display him, I'd like to display him with the original mask, because just look at that. That looks like the original comics Casey Jones, well, at least somewhat. So that's what it looks like next to the head sculpt. He's got his tank top on here, but very, very nicely detailed and sculpted with like the, with all the, I forget what they're called, ridges and stuff basically that makes it look like the shirt's moving. His pants are basically the same as the other Casey Jones in a sense, just a little bit of different paint, a little bit of extra painting down here with the drawstring. And he's got the same shoes as the other Casey Jones, but instead of them being neon green and white, they are gray. And he's got the arm wrapping, basically the same. It's all the same as the other Casey Jones. It's just that the mask is different, and he's got his tank top on. So nothing really has changed with this Casey Jones. It's pretty much the same exact thing. But you know, let's go ahead and check and see if this Casey Jones, how the accessories fit in his hand. Because okay, the other Casey Jones, they fit pretty well. But these best action figures have a track record of not being able to hold their accessories very well. All right, I am not going to do the duffel bag around him. So yeah, you can definitely put the duffel bag, you know, around his shoulder if you want. It's definitely best if you probably pop off his head and put it on. But at least, you know, at least it will stay in place, I would think. Let's see here. Is this going to fit in his hand? Oh boy. See, we come to the same problem where you have to really pry open the hands. You really have to pry those hands open to get the accessories into his hand. Yeah, no, okay. And then when it comes to the cricket paddle, is that going to get into his hand? Let me try the other hand, actually. Let's see if I can fit it in the other hand. This is the one thing I don't like about certain action figures, is the fact that you really have to pry things open sometimes. There we go, the cricket paddle. Okay, the cricket paddle is fitting in his hand. Maybe when we get, yeah, okay, so that's perfect. Let me see if I can get the, now I got that in this hand. Let's see if the spiked bat will fit in his hand. I'm being optimistic here, guys. I'm being very optimistic. I just want to put the spiked bat in his hand because I think it makes this Casey Jones look all the cooler, but it really doesn't want to go in his hand right now. Okay, no problem. So there you go. There's your look at the Urban Legends Casey Jones. I still like the other figure better, but for variety, this definitely looks like this is definitely a beautiful piece to have in the collection as well. I've said it before and I'll say it again, these best action figures look like SH Figuarts, at least they remind me of that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
Casey, we're all over the internet.
So what?
The whole city thinks you're a criminal. You have a $1 billion tech company's weapon in your apartment.
Lame.
Freaking Nether pal, you're going to penalty box for that.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, now that we've had a look at both Casey Jones figures, I continue to state the fact that I find these Best Action figures very beautiful little pieces. I've said it many times and I'll keep saying it, they remind me of the SH Figure Arts figures. I think that these are great pieces to have in your collection. I know that these figures don't always get the best kind of rap, and a lot of reviewers, a lot of collectors often want to skip them. Okay, I get it. I understand if you're a really high-end collector and that's all you want to collect, you just want those Super 7, okay, we're not going to keep talking about them. Or if you want NECA, fine. But I think that this is a great alternative. I've said it many times. This is a great alternative to Ninja Turtles collectibles to have in your collection if you don't want to pay the $40 that NECA is charging or the $100 that Super 7 is charging. These things can go from anywhere between 20 to 30 bucks, and when they're on special, they go on special for pretty cheap. So I think, honestly, they are definitely worth having in the collection. Now, that being said, I still do agree that the posability is an issue. It boasts 31 points of articulation, but we saw it here, especially with Casey Jones. Yeah, you're not getting 31 points of articulation. Come on, that's not possible. And I keep saying it, and I will still say it. Yes, you see Casey Jones, the Urban Legends version, with his spiked bat in his hand, but I had to pry his hand open. Same thing for Casey Jones holding his hockey stick right now. I had to pry the left arm hand open to put the end of the hockey stick in his hand. So I do feel like when it comes to the accessories, they should not give the characters bulky accessories if they have small hands. It is not going to fit in their hands very well. But that being said, what do you think of these Best Action figures? Do you like them? Do you want to seek them out? I think since I've been doing these Best Action figure reviews, actually a lot of you have been tuning in for the reviews and seem to be very positive about these and seem to enjoy my reviews on these figures. So let me know down below what your stand is on the Best Action figures, or as I keep always asking you guys, do you prefer Playmates? Do you prefer Super 7? Do you prefer NECA when it comes to Ninja Turtles collectibles? I've always said, and I'll keep saying it, when it comes to the very high end, I'll take NECA over Super 7 any day. But hey, I'm one who loves Playmates, and I love the Playmates Ninja Turtles figures. So I'm always going to go towards that. I just find that these Best Actions are a beautiful and nice alternative, especially if you keep them in the packaging to have in your collection. They're babies. Taka and Razar joined the Best Action line. No, I don't think they're babies anymore. These are actually not Taka and Razar based off their looks from the movie. Like I like to always quote, Taka and Razar from Secret of the Ooze, which I love that movie so much. Maybe not as much as the first Ninja Turtles movie, but I do love Secret of the Ooze so very much. No, instead we have Taka and Razar today by Best Action, Loyal Subjects Los Angeles. These are based on their looks from the 1980s cartoon. So yes, Taka and Razar did make an appearance in the 1980s cartoon due to their, I guess you would say, popularity in the Secret of the Ooze movie. And they look pretty cool. It's not, in the movie they had more darker colors. You could see here that they play around more with the colors, making them look more cartoony. So we're going to take a look at Taka and Razar today, see what they have to offer, see what they look like. I believe that these were revealed last year at the San Diego Comic-Con. And I gotta say, these are pretty damn cool looking figures. I have seen the NECA ones. I follow Review Spot. I've seen his review on them. Yes, I know that the NECA animated stuff is like superior and knocks it out of the park. But I don't know. Just looking at them in the packaging, there's a certain little charm to these guys, and I can't wait to get them out and see exactly what they look like. So sit back. Here's another entry into the Best Action TMNT reviews I've been doing on my channel. Get yourself a snack, and let's get right into this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
They're back in an awesome new movie.
Didn't we see these guys on WrestleMania?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We start off with Taka, the snapping turtle. Yeah, I remember in Secret of the Ooze, when Shredder wanted to annihilate the turtles, he wanted to use the mutagen, the ooze, to create his own monstrosities to take out the turtles. And unfortunately, they had dim-witted minds. Oh my. But however, I gotta say, even though when you went to go see the movie, you thought that they were Bebop and Rocksteady, nope, Taka and Razar took on a life of their own. And here we are. What is it? It's been, what, 30-something years since Secret of the Ooze was released? And we still talk about that movie and Taka and Razar. So that movie must have done something right. Like I said, first things first, we're going to take a look at Taka. This is his look in the 1980s animated series. Like I said earlier, due to their popularity in the movie, they were ported over into this kind of form onto the animated series. Let's get Taka out of the box. Let's take a look at him. We will measure, we will take a look at the detailing, the sculpting, all the articulation. Let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing I want to take a look at, I want to measure the packaging, because the big old bulky package, I had to basically fix up my spinning, rotating platform. The box itself is a little over 11 inches. Gives us closer to 30 centimeters. So it's a pretty damn big, bulky box. But the figure himself is pretty bulky. I mean, like I always do here, so we're going to take a look at what it says in the packaging here. It says Taka, created after the Shredder unleashed mutagen at a zoo. Taka is an out-of-control alligator snapping turtle. After being captured by the mutant hunter Dirk Savage, he was rescued by his best friend Razar. There he is. 31 points of articulation. We all know that. That's a lie these days. Here are the hands and accessories. There's a glam shot, incredible sculpt detail. This was released in 2023, so just last year. There's the underside of the box. And there's our Taka. There's the top. There's the side, a cartoon shot of Taka. All right, so let's get him out of the packaging. I do gotta say that taking him out of the packaging was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. Let's move him to the side just very quickly so I can show you like I normally do. That's the inside normally. It says Taka right there with the backdrop. Let's get this out of the way. And we'll move him back in and we'll take him out of his packaging. Just bear with me. I think there's there is a card back here. Let's take a look at that card. It's just taped to it. It's just Taka. Same old, so we don't need to read that up. It's the same exact read up as he has on the back of the box. Let's get everything out. There we go. That was easily. That's what I love about the best action figures, is that they come out of their packaging fairly easy. So even putting them back in is very easy. Well, I think we should probably stand him up a bit. Oh no, I'm feeling the same problem as I did with the Lord Zed and White Ranger figure. Let's hope he stands properly. He does not look like he's gonna stand. Uh-oh. Is he going to stand? For now, he is. There we go. Let's put all the accessories all in one area. There we go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at everything that comes with Taka. Stand for me, Taka. Please stand. Don't fall down. All right, first things first, we got a pair of interchangeable hands. We have the right hand first. It's a nice grip-in hand. Well, open hand, I should say. So that looks good. And then we have an alternate hand for the left, which is a finger pointing. Hey, you, Taka, stand up. Finger is wagging at him. Or, you know, if you have a Kevin Nash figure, you could put this on him and you can recreate the finger poke of doom, but with Taka, if you really want to do that. We got some accessories. So he comes with a club. Really nice. Actually very detailed. Very nicely done club. And he comes with a handled knife sword with some spikes on the sides. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. He's gonna go to the government and be like, my name is Tik Taka, Please don't shut down TikTok. I honestly don't really have an opinion on the matter. I just wanted to call him TikTok. I just thought it'd be funny. Now we come to our snapping turtle. Just gonna move my secondary ring light so it's easy for me to maneuver here. Just bear with me, guys. All right, there we go. So we got Taka right here. Oh, wow. Well, right off the bat, not gonna lie, fairly impressed with him. I love the detailing on this guy. He looks incredible. Super good. I mean, he's looking, I don't know, is he looking straight or is he looking upwards? Yeah, he's more an upwards looking look. The arms are very nicely detailed to what they look like, especially with the shells on the side. Looks great. His, I forget what this is called, but I always call that his chest plate. He's got his nice belt because I'm assuming he was part of the foot. You know what? I never saw them in the cartoon. Like, I did watch the cartoon, but up to a certain point when I was a kid. So, I mean, I don't recall them. I know that they were in there. Me, it's more the secret views that I remember them. Even down to the detailing in the legs. And like, this is a nice rubbery belt too. You can't really stick the accessories in here. Probably on the sides, but yeah. And then the back, the shell is all one piece and it looks really, really good. Yeah, so all in all, I believe you could probably take the accessories if you wanted to. You could probably, with some maneuvering, you could probably fit them down there, but it's really gonna limit how he moves his arms. So if you're gonna, yeah, I wouldn't put them down there. And you're gonna obviously you're gonna use the, some of the stuff here, some of the plastic that they're using is a little hard, a little hurting. You're gonna use, there you go, you're gonna be able to put, can we fit the weapons this time around the hands? You'll be able to put the weapon, this one fits, there we go. They're very spiky, they're very hard, so be careful. So you can put one in one hand, and then, oh my gosh, you could put the club in the other hand if you want to. Just be careful because this is a really hard plastic and it really does hurt. So you can have him standing just with his club in hand if you want to do that. And on the other hand, you could take the club out. Let's see if this is gonna, I don't have a good track record with the accessories for the best action, but worst things fault. But you're gonna want to take this, and I like to say often, I'm not gonna attempt, because especially in his case, when everything is so spiky and hard, yeah, you might want to have to, there we go. Is it going in the hand? Nope. Why do I struggle? Why do I struggle? You can hear the plastic. There we go. Got it in his hand. So you can put that in his hand, and you can like shank, 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 shank. So there you go. That's, get him out of the hand there. Those are Taka with his accessories. Looking really good. I did forget to measure Taka earlier, so let's go ahead and measure him quickly before we take a look at the articulation. So Taka himself is going to stand just a little over, no, am I getting this right? Just a little under 5 inches, which gives us just a little over 10 centimeters. So still, you know, not that tall of a figure. You could actually put them probably in line with your Masters of the Universe figures, so they'll probably scale nicely with them. And now let's get on to the articulation that we have for Taka. Right off the bat, you have the head articulation, so the head does move all the way around, so good. The head goes up, head goes down, kind of like a side-by-side, so it's not a ball joint. What I love is this. Look, you can open and close Taka's mouth. That is amazing, and even on the inside, detailing on the tongue. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Arm goes all the way around on each side. There's kind of a butterfly joint, which is step up there, best action. The elbow is single jointed. You turn all the way around, the rotate in the hand. Whoop, I'm banging my camera. Then there's supposed to be articulation in the hand, but there you go. This one does it better. Is there anything? There's a little bit of a rocker here. Legs go out, come back in. There's a cut in the thigh right there. The legs, the knees are single jointed. And then down on the foot, kind of. And the feet go all around, and you can kind of do it back and forth. So that's a good looking figure from Best Action, if you ask me. I think they did a really good job on putting together Taka. I really like this one. I think so far of all the Best Action figures that I've had the chance to look at on my channel, besides Casey Jones, the Urban Legends Casey Jones, I gotta say, this is probably in the top 3. You got Casey Jones, you've got the Krang XL figure, and now you got Taka. This is a great looking figure. But lo and behold, we have one more figure to take a look at, so let's get Taka out of the way and let's bring in Razar.
Mama? Oh, Mama! Get off me! Babies! They're babies!
Now we are at the wolf of the two. First was a snapping turtle, now we have a wolf. This is Razar. This is basically, well, in the Secret of the Ooze, he was the other mutant that Shredder found and decided to mutate with the mutagen. But as we know, these are the cartoon versions of the characters. So again, we're going to sit back, we're going to take a look, we're going to grab Razar, take him out of the packaging, see what he looks like, see if he's as cool and detailed and as articulated as Taka is. And again, at the end of this video, we're going to divulge all this and see what we thought about these two figures from Best Action. So let's get Razar out of the package. Let's take a look at him. Well, I will say at least one thing about these figures is that they do kind of retain their looks from the movies, just in the cartoon format. So that's one thing I forgot to mention about Taka that I do love, and I can see it through the packaging. We'll take a look more of that. Let's go ahead and measure the box. It's going to be the same size, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just a little over 11, which gives us closer to 30 centimeters. So again, another bulky box for our friend Razar here. Let's take a look here. We've got a cartoon of Razar right here. We have another cartoon of Razar charging towards the camera. Best features, best articulation, best assortment, best action. There's the top. There is the bottom, and here is the back. 31 points of articulation, incredible sculpt details, multiple accessories, and our read-up. This mutant gray wolf was created when the Shredder unleashed mutagen at the zoo. When his best friend Taka was captured by the mutant hunter Dirk Savage, he set out on a mission to save him and make Savage pay. So there you go. There's your read-up. And what do you say? We get our friend Razar out of the packaging, and let's take a look at him. All right, so let's just move this over here for now as I knock my camera. And it's going to be the same thing as Taka. You got the purple burst there on the inside, again with the Turtles logo down there. This time around it says Razar. So it's the same interior as all of them. And again, on the back of the packaging, just like Taka had, he's got his card, which is the same read-up and same image. So we don't really need to take a look at the card. I keep knocking my camera. I apologize, guys. Just gonna move this out of the way for now. All right, let's get this wolf out of his packaging. Let's get him out of here. Is it gonna be difficult? Probably not. Just like everyone else, they just slide out. Oh look, his is kind of like a scratched up gray, unlike Taka and everybody else, which is like a multicolor. So that's quite interesting that they chose to do that for Razar. Not quite sure why they decided to do that. Everything's fallen down. Let's get everything standing up. He feels very loose. I'm not gonna lie to you, right off the bat, this guy feels very, very loose. So I'm just a little worried about that. It's okay, we'll take a look. We'll take a look. All right, there we go. Now we've got him set up with all of his accessories. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at the accessories. So we've got the right hand first. This is more of a relaxed gripping hand, if you want to say. Very nicely detailed. So you got that hand there. And there's the other hand. Another relaxed gripping hand. Very fuzzy, kind of like a werewolf. He does remind me of a werewolf, I will say that. he comes with this gnarly, mashed up sewer manhole cover that he can use as a shield, and on the back there's a lot of scratches there too. That you'll be able to just pop into his hand like a shield. And probably my favorite accessory that comes with him, this really cool bone skull club if you want to call it. You're gonna bash people on the head with a skull. I love this. This is a really interesting accessory to have. The moment I got him and put him up on the wall, I was like, this is awesome. I kind of feel like a little bit more painting could be done onto the skull, but it's still, all in all, a really cool looking accessory. Have no fear, this time around I will start by measuring Razar. Let's get the tape measure in, and he is going to be, he's shorter than Taka. He's just at the 4-inch mark, which is going to put him, let's see, what's that going to give me in centimeters? No, yeah, sorry, I'm right here, sorry. He is just over, yeah, he's about 5.5 inches, my bad. And then in centimeters, he is going to be closer to 11 centimeters, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so there you go. So again, like I said with Razar, if you have those retro Masters of the Universe figures, because of the sizing, especially with the new TMNT Turtles of Grayskull Motu collaboration, maybe if you want to put Taka and Razar in there, you can probably fit them in there. Let's get to taking a look at Razar himself. My God, like I said, look at this. The joints feel very loose. Like this one, not so much, but look at that. That leg, and then this arm right here. I'm barely doing anything. Just look at that. Oh my. But again, he looks great. Yeah, he looks really good. He kind of has derpy eyes, but again, that's, if you look at the character in the movie, he had the derpy eyes too. I mean, they paid attention to detail, especially with the mohawk up here. Looking great with his Mad Max style outfit like he even has in the movie. Very fluffy all over. I like the gold rib cage here. The shoulder pads look great. He's got some more spikes on him too. The broken chains look great also. This is a nice touch. The knee pads. And then the ripped shirt on the back looks great as well. So he does look very nice, and can he stand at least? That's the one thing I want to know is he going to be able to stand? Because, yeah, there you go. I had him standing up before, so it's going to be easy to stand him at least. Articulation is probably going to be the same thing as Taka, but we will go over the articulation again for Razar. So once again, head moves, but it's very stiff. So you're going to get, maybe it's just mine, but you're going to get just that much. Again, the mouth opens, and the detailing on the inside looks great as well. It's going to close as well, and I love the detailing of the teeth. The teeth look very good. They don't look like snaggle teeth. They look great. They look sharp. The arms are going to rotate all the way around. I'm scared to break him because it's so loose. And they're going to be, again, on a butterfly. Good job, Best Action. The elbow is double jointed. The hand turns all the way around. Same thing here. Double jointed. Turning all the way around. He's got an ab crunch there. He doesn't have much here. He's got a cut in the thigh. His legs go out and then back in. His knees are on a, you can see that right? Triple joint. And then his feet, what do his feet do? His feet go up and down. And they go all the way around on each side. And yeah, looks really, really good, Razar. Looks really good. Now I want to see, one thing that I didn't check out before is if the accessories will go in his hands. Always have troubles putting the accessories in these guys' hands. So let's start with the manhole cover. Let's see if that fits into the hand. I really hope it does. Please go into the hand. You went into Taka, there we go. So perfect, you can have the manhole cover in his hand, although it's kind of loose. I'm weary about this, however. I don't even know if this is going to fit in his hand. Oh boy. I don't even know if I want to change hands, because I don't know if that's going to, let me see if something right here. Is this going to fit in this hand at all? This is going to be more of like a relaxed hand, so Let's see. Let's test it. Let's pop out this hand. Come on. Pop out. There we go. And let's put this hand in. Okay. Yeah, see, it's kind of like better if you do it like that. Not by much, but it's gonna be a lot better if you put the skull staff in that hand, because in the other hand, I just feel like it's not gonna get in there when it's supposed to. That's the thing. This is supposed to be a gripping hand, but it's so tight that I can't even pry that open. So I honestly just have it resting. Just have it resting like that in the hand, and you're gonna be good to go. But apart from that, it's cool looking figure. I like this guy a lot. These are some pretty good looking figures by Best Action, I'm not gonna lie. If they keep going this route with the recent figures that they've been putting out, I'm telling you right now, Best Action is gonna put out some really good, high quality Ninja Turtles figures going forward.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
On today's show, we have something really exciting. It's questions and answers with the movie star turtles.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, fellas. So, has being in the movies changed you guys?
Well, we changed our expressions. We're bendable, and our legs have gotten longer.
So Hollywood has changed you.
Nah, we still like to kick butt.
So what's next for you guys? More movies?
How about lunch? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, that's it from Hollywood.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So there we have it, our look today at the Best Action from the loyal subjects Los Angeles Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Taka and Razar, based on the animated series. One thing I forgot to mention about Razar with the bone club in his hand, kind of reminds me of Predator. Predator when he rips out the skull and spine and dangles it up in the air. Kind of reminds me of that, but I don't think Ninja Turtles were going to go that dark because, well, they're definitely not going to go that dark in a kid's cartoon and reference Predator. At least I don't think they would. But nonetheless, I think these are some really awesome figures. I think these are very detailed. I think that the articulation is a step up on some of the older figures that Best Action put out. Now, mind you, I still have to take a look at the Turtle Brothers themselves. So I don't know, maybe we're going to be downgrading once again. But not just that, I also have the 4-pack of the IDW Turtles, actually the Comic-Con exclusive 4-pack, the black and white IDW versions. So I got to look at that. We're going to take a look at that later on down the road. I'm really hoping that those figures are going to be highly articulated. They definitely come with a lot of accessories. It's a 4-pack, so I'm looking forward to that. But nonetheless, these figures look good. I wouldn't say that they're on par with the NECA animated series versions. I never got a chance to grab those. If you did grab those, let me know how you guys feel about those ones. I'm not going to go into the whole Super 7 thing because I'm very vocal on my channel how I feel about Super 7, and I'm not going to do that again today. But nonetheless, they did a great job on these two figures. It would have been nice, yes, to see, you know, Taka and Razar from the movie itself, because I know they released Super Shredder, but based on his appearance in the video game. So again, still pretty cool. It's a 6-inch, I think it's like a 6-inch super-sized figure because these Best Actions are more on the smaller scale. So the Krang we had to look at, that's basically the size of that Super Shredder. But it would have been nice to see them based on the movie colors. This is nice. It's very eye-catching. I love the coloring. I mean, I'm one of those people that loves colors. So these are very nice and eye-catching, but it would have been really nice to see, like I said, these characters based on their movie forms, or at least a variant of what they looked like in the movie. Same thing for that Super Shredder that they put out. Maybe a variant of the movie version. I know I got the NECA version, but I mean, hey, I like seeing interpretations from all kinds of companies except for Super 7. With that being said, what did you guys think about these two specific figures that we took a look at? I've asked this every time we do a Best Action review. I think I'm up to my 5th or 6th Best Action review now. I do have a playlist for that, by the way. What do you guys think of the Best Action figures? Do you collect them for your collection? Or do you think, you know what, they're not for me? They're nice, but they're not for me. Personally, I think for the price tag that they have on them, They're affordable figures that are nicely detailed that any collector, I think, would be happy to have in their collection. What a hot summer we're going through. Hey, it's July. It's my birthday month. Now we're going to start taking a look at the turtles individually. I'm going to start with my favorite turtle of the bunch. We're going to go take a look at today, Best Action Michelangelo. We've taken a look at Bebop and Rocksteady. We've taken a look at April O'Neil and a Foot Soldier. We've taken a look at Krang and his android body. We've taken a look at Casey Jones, Taka and Razar. All the figures that I have in my collection from the Best Action line. Well, all that's left are the turtles, and I didn't want to do them 2 in a row. I wanted to give the spotlight on each individual turtle. I thought it would be only fair. The only characters now that I'm really missing in the Best Action line was, okay, I am missing Shredder, I'm missing Krang and the Walker. There are some new comic book versions of characters like the Rat King. There's Janeka that's out now. So I think I'm only missing those 2 characters, which is not too shabby when you think about it. Maybe even the deluxe 6-inch Super Shredder, but I already have a Super Shredder from NECA. So I figured, you know what, it would be a lot of fun to take a look at the turtles individually. Stick around to at the end of the video, because I'm going to let you know at the end of the year what we'll all be taking a look at once all the 4 Turtle Brothers have been taken a look at. But today we're taking a look at Michelangelo, my absolute favorite turtle of the group. You would think that I would save him for last. No, I decided to do Michelangelo first because it is July. It's my birthday month, and I decided, hey, you know what? He's my favorite turtle. So let's start with him. So we're going to take a look at Michelangelo. I got a couple of other Michelangelos here that are 2 of them that are packaged and once that's loose that we'll compare him to. Take a look at all the articulation and all the detail. Let's just have fun with it. So here today is our look at the Best Action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo. So here he is, Michelangelo. We saw him rotating on the platform, but we might as well take a look at the box and the aspect of the packaging, like we always do with these figures. I personally am an inbox collector, so I also like to measure the packaging and tell you guys how the dimensions are. So if ever you want to display it in the packaging, or if you want to hang it up on the wall, like that, you know how much space it's going to take. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. You got a nice little shot of Toony Mikey right there. On the side, you have a shot of the turtles themselves. That's just the bottom, information, barcode. And in the back is a read-up of Michelangelo. So 31 points of articulation, as they always say. Swivel bicep and thigh joint, double knee, shoulder, and elbow joints. Ball joints for maximum posability. Get in the pit and play. Incredible sculpt details. So here's everything he comes with. Michelangelo, Mikey, is the impressionist, practical joker, and class clown. He soaks up all kinds of info from radio, TV, video games, etc. He's also the most athletic, but the least excited when it comes to training. Michelangelo's weapon of choice, the nunchaku, a fellow chucker.
Oh, a fellow chucker, eh?
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look and see how the size, the dimensions, of the packaging. Let's get my measuring tape here. So if we measure it across, the packaging is 5.5 inches, and all the way to the top, you're looking 9.5 inches for the packaging. So if you want to display the figure in the package like I have him displayed right now, that's the amount of space that it's going to take up. Well, with that being done and all that out of the way, the only thing now that we have really left to do is take Michelangelo out of the packaging, and let's take a look at the figure itself. And here you have Michelangelo freed from his packaging with everything he comes with, all 4 interchangeable hands, an extra head, his 2 nunchaku, his component for the nunchakus, I'm guessing, and a grappling hook. I gotta say, the turtles, for Best Action, these ones here based on the 87 cartoon, I feel like they all look the same. They all have a very similar look to them. I think Toy Shiz once said that they look like the Shredder's Revenge Turtles, which I don't disagree with him, but they still look kind of fun, these little turtles, these little figures, these figs here, right here. So I think they look great. I've seen a lot of reviews on them, and I saw one person bashing the turtle figure, saying that they're absolute worst figures ever made.
Chillax, dude.
I don't really agree with that. But let's go ahead and let's start taking a look at our good friend Michelangelo. Let's take a look at the accessories first and foremost. Actually, no, wait, before we do that. Before we do that, that's not even true. Let's go ahead and measure Michelangelo. So our Michelangelo is about 4.5 inches tall. And if we compare him, this is what he's going to look like. I'll just move it aside for a minute. So what he looks like next to the original Michelangelo, which apparently is all dusty right now because he hangs out with me in my office. So there he is next to OG Michelangelo. Wait, there's more. There's more. We've got, but still in packaging, him next to the 2012 series Michelangelo. So it looks pretty, yeah, about a little bit taller than that figure. The last one to compare him to is a big old package, so we might have to shift Mikey a little bit here. But here he is next to the, here, let's move the camera a bit. There he is next to the 2-pack of the Street Fighter, Michelangelo, and Chun-Li. So as you could tell, if we put him up next to him, he's a lot smaller and a lot less bulky than that figure right there. And that's a figure by Playmates. So the 3 others are by Playmates. All right, well, now that's out of the way. Let's just bring the camera down a bit again. Let's move Mikey back into the forefront. There we go. All right, so now that we've taken a look, we've measured, we have compared him scale and size to other Mikeys that I have in my collection, I think we should go ahead and take a look at the accessories that Michelangelo comes with. Yes, first things first, we have this grappling hook, which I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to do with this or how to hook that in, because as you'll see in a moment, his hands don't really have any kind of hands that he can use this. So I find that's kind of a useless thing. We do have his signature, which has a piece of tape on there apparently. Let's get that out there. We have his signature nunchaku, which is not on a metal chain, it is on plastic. But I think the majority of the time that Mikey is released on, except for some of the Playmates releases, they're on chain. So there's the nunchaku that he comes with. And of course he's got a chock-a-block full of interchangeable hands. So that's why I'm not sure what the grappling hook is going to do, because it's not really going to fit in this hand. It's not going to fit in his hands that he has on his body right now. And then he has 2 closed fisted hands. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. He also comes with this piece here that clips into his belt to store his nunchaku. And then finally, Michelangelo comes with an alternate head sculpt. So a little bit more of an, well, not angrier, but a little more of a attitude looking head. So it's going to be very simple. I'm knocking my camera. You're just going to want to plug this right into here. The moment you plug that right into there, there you go. You can store the nunchaku on the back of Mikey. You can store them both like that. There you go. Mikey's ready to go, ready to hang out with the nunchaku in the back. And he stands pretty well, I gotta say. Right now, even with his feet being lopsided, at the moment he was standing pretty well. So there you go, you can kind of see in a little bit of the back, you see it protrudes a little bit, the nunchaku. So that's what that is there for. Now, you're not going to be able to fit them in these hands because these are more of the relaxed hands. So if you want to get that into one of his hands, you're simply going to pop out the hand. There we go. And you're going to want to put the gripping hand in. I always have problems sometimes with some of these figures. There you go. You're going to want to pop that in. And then you're going to want to put the nunchaku. This is the problem sometimes with Best Action. Okay. Come on. There we go. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but you're going to want to put the nunchaku in there. And voila. you've got Michelangelo holding his nunchaku. I think, you know, it would have been a really cool opportunity. I rag a lot on Super 7, but I did see Spot review the Thundercats Ultimates at one point, and Panthro, what he came with his nunchaku, his spinning, they had the spinning effect on his accessory, and I thought that would have been really something neat to have with Michelangelo. Would probably be like a spinning nunchaku. That would have been super cool, I think, to see, instead of just a plastic, you know, rubbery nunchaku that just it doesn't even hang down. It's midair, so it's kind of like not realistic. Like when you put him to the side like that, it's not very realistic. It's just chilling there like that. So it leaves a little more desired. I think a chain would have been really nice to have on the nunchaku, or like I said, have one nunchaku like this and the other nunchaku, or you know what, even an alternate nunchaku with Michelangelo to give that spinning effect would have been really nice as well, I think. But that's just a little nitpick on my end. And not everything can be perfect. So yeah, you know, take that out. Just store it on the back of Mikey for the time being for the rest of this review. But see what I mean when I say this is that this grappling hook and these hands are so stiff. These hands on the best action figures are very stiff. So I don't know, like, you're not gonna, yeah. That's like the best I can think of. There's not really any way to really put the grappling hook. So I find that this, in my opinion, is kind of a useless accessory. So again, I think they could have swapped out the grappling hook and maybe added in an alternate nunchaku that gives off the spinning effect. I keep talking about it. Anyways, before we get into the articulation, let's just take a look at the alternate head sculpt very quickly, as I showed off before. I like that it's basically the same, almost the same as, let's bring him back in for a moment here, almost the same as the Playmates. So you got the side smirk. I really like that. I think that's something really neat that they added in there. Again, I know he's dusty. I should have dusted him off before doing this review. He hangs out with me at my office at work. All my Loose Turtles figures hang out with me in my office. So, but yeah, I thought that was really neat to add the extra head. So if you want to have him looking like the original Playmates figure, there's an option for you right there. Face his head the other way. All right, so let's get into articulation for our friend Michelangelo. Best action. They boast so many points of articulation, but are they always there? Are they always there? Well, first things first, before we get into the articulation, the detailing and the sculpting is very nice. This is a solid piece right here, the mask, so that's good. And they opted to go with the irises, basically like in the cartoons. And the belt looks very good too. Once again, if we can, well, yeah, that's right. I don't have the belt for my Michelangelo. So, best we can do is let's just go ahead and take a look at the belt on that Michelangelo compared to the best action. So very nicely done on best actions. And even the padding, okay, well the pads could be a little bit, whatever, they're just, but all in all, I mean, even the turtle shell on the back, if we peer back, turtle shell looks good. There's nothing too wrong that I would say is bad with this figure. The head sculpt is very nice too, but like I said, when I look at the other turtles, they all look the same. So I think, for what it's worth, for what you're getting from Best Action, there are some pretty damn good looking figures. But that being said, let's get into the articulation. Head goes up a bit, head goes just up, head turns, but seems a little stiff. So, but when it turns, it kind of like does an upward looking turn. So it's kind of weird. The arms go all the way around. There is somewhat of a butterfly crunch there, but it doesn't really want to apply itself. There's a bicep swivel all the way around, but that's not humanly possible. There's a crunch right there in the elbows for both of them. So you got an elbow crunch there. Hand rotates all the way around. It's supposed to go up and down, but it barely does. Let's see if this hand is the same thing. Yeah, this hand's a little bit better. A little bit better with the up and down. Not really any ab crunch. The thighs are on a swivel. I don't want to break the figure, so let's just do it one at a time. And There we go. So swivel in the thigh. There we go. My gosh, a little bit of a stiff figure. There is a crunch in the knee. And you know what? It actually looks a little bit better. I was going to say in this figure, it looks a little bit better because of the elbow pads and the knee pads. Unlike the other Best Action figures, when you bend them, like you could still see it. But the other Best Action figures is very noticeable. At least you can get away with it a little bit with these chunky knee pads. So that's good right there. And then the feet go down, go up, turn all the way around. And that's pretty much it. They're kind of like on an angle, the feet also. So, yeah. And I think you can also remove the shells, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't want to do that because we don't want to remove anything from our turtle. We want our turtle to stand with pride. Be here with pride. All right, so there we go. So yeah, all in all, decent looking figure, missed opportunities for accessories, but nonetheless, still a good looking figure. Before I put this bad boy on the spinning platform, take a look at some final discussions about Mikey. I'm just moving him to the side very quickly. The reason why I'm doing this is because I mentioned to you before, I'm going to move my camera back and I'm going to move my camera up a bit. So just bear with me, guys.
Michelangelo, he's one of a kind, and he knows where to find it when it's party time.
That's better. I mentioned that I'm going to be taking a look at something at the end of the year once every individual turtle has been taken a look at. My last haul that I got for Ninja Turtles, was it the last year? Somewhere last year? It wasn't this year, I know that for a fact. From Amazon. I got this Comic-Con exclusive. Why, it's so big in this. It's big in the cat. It's big. I can't. Oh boy, okay. This SDCC exclusive Best Action TMNT set, which cases all the turtles from the IDW comic book in black and white. So we're going to take a look at that in the end of the year, depending, because there's 4 of them in here and there's a lot of accessories. This might be a 2-part video. Really might consider doing this a 2-part video, maybe the top 2 and then the bottom 2 together. But I'm really looking forward to reviewing these for you guys. So I just wanted to show you, I know we're kicking off the Turtles reviews, but just wanted to let you know that once all 4 turtles have been looked at, we will be taking a look at the SDCC exclusive. Finally, I'm going to get around to looking at the SDCC exclusive IDW black and white Ninja Turtles. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So stick around for that. Well, there you have it. That's our look today at the Best Action from Loyal Subjects, Los Angeles, Michelangelo, based on the 1987 cartoon. I gotta say, he's an awesome looking figure. He's an awesome character. So of course, I'm always gonna love anything that comes out. I know there's a lot of haters, and we've been through this before. We've had this conversation before. Best Action, where do you stand on them? Are you okay with these little low end collectible figures, or do you prefer the higher end? I'm not going to get into that rant and rave again. I've spoken about it enough that I feel like I get blue in the face when I talk about that other high-end company that is taking advantage, especially of Ninja Turtles collectors. But lo and behold, I do have some qualms with this figure. Like I said, the nunchaku. First things first, why is it not on a chain? Plastic. Look, I have him looking right here with the nunchaku in his hand and between his armpit, because that looks good to have him in this pose. But when you have it just like that, it's just sticking up in the air, and it's not realistic. I'm not saying everything needs to be realistic, but if you just have him standing there, it just kind of looks kind of dumb, if you ask me. So maybe a chain would have been nice. Also, the grappling hook, I don't think there's any really need for the grappling hook. I think, like I said, I've said it multiple times before, a nunchaku giving off the look that it's spinning would have been pretty nice too to include. I think that would have been a nice bonus to have instead of the grappling hook. Also, when I was putting him on the platform, this little buckle here to house his nunchakus fell off twice. So it's not that secure. If you're gonna pop it in there, make sure it stays. And again, as I always say with these figures, these are awesome figures. I really like them. They do kind of remind me of those, SH Figuarts figures or whatnot. but the articulation that they boast is not always there. But that's not to say that there isn't good things about this figure. The sculpt looks good. It's very reminiscent of the original Turtles. It's very cartoony, so I do love this. And when you get him into poses, the poses are great. The alternate head is a bonus, because if you're a fan of the old Ninja Turtles toys, well then yeah, that's an amazing head sculpt to have included with Michelangelo. But I don't know, I digress. Am I reaching too much? Am I just nitpicking because in today's day and age, we're also used to being spoiled by some of these companies that when little minor things are left out or missed opportunities happen, we have to like mention it? Honestly, I don't think I want to go that route. I'm just saying it would have been nice, but you know what though? For what it is, for the price you pay for these figures, these are incredible figures to have in your collection. I've said it so many times. I think I'm maybe one of the only people on this platform who has been positive about the best action figures. I don't see very many reviews of them. I think the most famous reviewer on here who has done this has been Toy Shiz, and he seemed to be biased on the situation. So, me personally, I think that they're great. I think that it's worth it if you can go find yourselves some Ninja Turtles figures. I know that they're boasted as also being kind of a kid's figure, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just a lower end, cheaper option for a Ninja Turtle figure. I hate to use the word adult collectors. I think we're just fans of collectors, fans of toys in general. I went to Toys R Us, and I saw that now they're having a policy that you can't bring back Funko Pops, and for adult collectors you can only get 2 per person, because I think now people are picking these things up and they're reviewing them and then they're bringing them back to the store. And Toys R Us is getting a hold of this, and I wouldn't be surprised if GameStop follows suit next. The Shredder has gone green and was already evil. Yeah. Well, here's a look today at a 4-year-old figure. This is from the Lightning Collection by Ninja Turtles, the Shredder as the Green Ranger. Oh yes, do you remember when everyone went ape shit crazy for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection collaboration? Do you remember? I certainly remember. I'll tell you this right now, when it came to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Rangers Lightning Collection collaboration, I never picked up anything. And I'm going to be honest, there's a reason why I didn't pick up anything. For the most part, they were all 2-packs, and I love the Ninja Turtles. I love the Power Rangers. So you would think, yes, these two coming together would be a toy line that I would seek out. Well, no, it's kind of like the new Turtles of Grayskull line. I actually don't like that line. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, this is pretty cool. And again, I love Masters of the Universe and I love the Ninja Turtles, but not enough for that line, to be quite honest with you. So the toys were basically based off of the first comic book, where each Ninja Turtle and April O'Neil became a Power Ranger, and I believe you had some swaps with the Power Ranger. I think Tommy became a foot soldier, so it was like weird like that, and they were really, really upwards in price, the 2-packs. I never read the first book. I read TMNT Power Rangers number 2, so I still got to read the first one. However, I do love the look of the Shredder. So last year, I picked this up with a gift card. Now, I can safely say that I do know this now, because in TMNT Power Rangers number 2, if you've never read it, spoilers, so check out and come back after. Basically, he comes back as the Green Ranger, the Shredder. So he becomes the Green Ranger in the first book. Again, I haven't read it, so I'm not sure what happens there. But in the second book, he becomes the Green Ranger, and he controls the Dragon Sword. End spoiler. So that's the reason why I'm okay with having this Shredder as the Green Ranger in my collection. And I just figured, hey, you know what? I got so many figures that I want to take a look at. We just recently looked at Michelangelo, and I don't really have any Shredders that I'm taking out of the packaging except for this one. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's take a little swerve away from the Ninja Turtles and take a look at Shredder himself. So sit back, get yourself something to snack on or something to drink. Here's our look today at the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lightning Collection Morphed Shredder. So here he is, the Morphed Shredder, or as the Turtles will have you know, Shredhead. Honestly, this thing looks really freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie, the whole line, I didn't say, like, I know I said it wasn't for me, but that's mainly because of the price point. And I mean, the storyline is really good, but did I really want Turtles, you know, as Power Rangers in my collection? Some people do want that. But like I said, it wasn't one for me. The line is cool, however. I'm surprised they didn't make any figures based off of the second book. But this Shredder looks fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he looks super awesome. I got this guy last year with a gift card for GameStop. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane and take a look at that. I am heading over to GameStop. Once I get there, show you guys a little bit of the store. And then I guess after I get my stuff, I'll show you guys what I got. Get my stuff. See what else they have in there. There we go. We got the last Ronin figures over here. They're neat. Got the other TMNT ones. That's cool. Hey, Ninja Turtles. Look at all that stuff. That's cool. Power Rangers down there. Okay, I'm back in the car, guys. I got to do this really quick because we got other stuff to do. We went out to run errands today. Look at this big bag, okay? I'll show you everything later. But I got a big old bag of GameStop. I will say this is a pretty beautiful figure if you ask me. Yeah, and this is not something I want to take out of the packaging. This is something I want to display like this in its box. I like the swooshing things. I love the extra hands that he comes with, the Shredder. He just looks so good. The purple, the green, the gold works so well together. It's just so nice looking. This is probably, like I said, my favorite out of the whole set of things that I got. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Morph Shredder. We're going to start with the packaging. I've got a couple of other Shredders in package and a Lightning Collection figure in package that we'll take a look at down the line, that figure. Just for some comparison. But first things first, let's grab, well, actually no, first things first, let's take a look at the packaging. I know we saw it on the spinning platform, but it's the usual when it comes to the Lightning Collection. He's got that nice, you know, artwork on the side. I do have another Lightning Collection figure coming in. It's an older figure as well, but got another Lightning Collection figure coming in, so I'll be really excited about that. Just letting you guys know. So really nice minimalistic artwork, which is cool. And then on the back, you've got a glam shot of the Shredder. Nickelodeon and Boom Studios collaboration in association with, this is a Hasbro release. So it's not Playmates. And you got another picture again. And back to the front for the window package. Yeah, the window. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have done a lot of collaborations, and I think like the collaborations that they're doing this year, they've licensed out to Mattel for the Turtles of Grayskull, as well as the WWE figures. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll take the Turtles of Grayskull over those WWE Ninja Turtles figures that they're releasing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I'm not a fan of WWE, but I saw those figures, man, especially, you know, was it Cody Rhodes as Casey Jones and Roman Reigns as the Shredder? Even the character, the wrestlers that they chose as the Turtles. I mean, apart from Kofi Kingston as Michelangelo, that makes probably the most sense. No, that line just does not look good at all. So I don't know what's going on with the collaborations that they're doing now at Turtles. They should have made more of these from the Lightning Collection. But okay, let's get the measuring tape. Here we go. How long is the box? So you're looking at a 7.5-inch box. I said long box. This is not for comic books, although I have plenty of those in my home. And going up, it is just a little over 8 inches. So there you go. Now I do want to make some comparisons because I do have 3 other Shredders in my collection. Like I told you guys, on this journey, I've only been starting to rebuild my Ninja Turtles collection. Was it last year? Yeah, last year I started rebuilding my Ninja Turtles collection. So I don't have very much. I have 3 other Shredders. So let's go ahead and move him right there. Let's bring in the first Shredder I have. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab him offside. My apologies. We've got the retro style Shredder by Playmates. So if you want to put them side by side, and if you want to compare the figure That's what he looks like next to the retro style Shredder. We have Shredder next to the Ninja Elite Series Shredder, which a lot of people were not too pleased with this because it's just a re-release of the Shredder from the 2-pack with Donatello, but I like him. I think he's pretty cool. And honestly, if you want to put this guy on the shelf next to this one, these could probably stack up side by side nicely. I'll tell you that right now. The last Shredder I have for comparison is this big motherfucker, the Super Shredder from the TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze NECA line. Just go ahead and get the flap open so we can take a look of Super Shredder next to our Shredder. There's so much glare. I am so sorry, guys. I'll do the best we can. So the Super Shredder is a lot bigger next to this Shredder here. But still, nonetheless, a good looking, you know, comparison to have there. And finally, a Lightning Collection comparison. We've got Lord Draken. So we've got two evil Rangers right here. We've got the morphed Shredder, who becomes the evil Green Ranger technically, and Lord Draken, who's just the evil Green and White Ranger, evil Tommy in general. So seems like the morphed Shredder, if you look, they're both on par with the packaging. The morphed Shredder is just a little taller than Lord Draken. So place your bets down below. Who do you think would win a fight in between morphed Shredder and Lord Draken? And you know what? How cool would that be to see maybe have Lord Draken appear if you have a third TMNT Ninja Turtles? Maybe see these two go head to head. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so with all the comparisons out of the way, what we're going to do now is we are going to take a little break. We're going to get Shredder out of the packaging, or should I say morphed Shredder out of the packaging. We'll take a look. He doesn't have too much when it comes to accessories, just two interchangeable hands and these swooshy things. We'll take a look at Shredder. We'll take a look at the detailing, the articulation, and see how he looks and what he has to offer. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
Anyone for turtle soup?
Oh no! Raphael's in the clutches of the evil Foot Splash-O-Matic torture machine! Will the turtle cycle make it in time? Will Raphael be destroyed by the retro mutagen ooze?
I don't know.
What a shot! The double-barreled plunger gun saves the day again! And with their retro catapult, the turtles are giving the Foot some of their own medicine!
Anyone remember where we parked?
From Playmates!
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wow is all I have to say. Here is our Shredder out of the packaging. Look at this bad motherfucker right here. This guy is so cool looking. I cannot keep saying that enough. I know what you guys are thinking. You keep saying that this line was not for you, but you keep saying how cool this Shredder is. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say something right now. When it comes to villains, when it comes to like classic villains from comic books, from cartoons, the Shredder, I can easily say that when it comes to comic book villains, the Shredder and Doctor Doom are my two favorite villains of all time. So anytime I see a Shredder figure, pièce de résistance for any collection. Shredder, I don't know. A lot of people are going to tell you that Skeletor is the coolest. Skeletor is awesome, don't get me wrong. Or that the Cobra Commander is the greatest villain of all time. This guy, the Shredder, the original Foot Clan ninja. Well, no, he's not the original Foot Clan ninja, but the ninja adversary to the Ninja Turtles who runs the Foot Clan. Well, it seems like right here, right now, he's doing more than just commanding the Foot Clan. It seems like he's commanding the Dragon Zord as well, because he is now the Dragon Ranger, the Dragon Zord Ranger. So he looks really cool. Before we divulge and take a look at the figure, let's take a look at what he comes with. He comes with these two little swooshy things. I don't know what you want to call them. Yes, patent pending. Boomer the Nerd. Swooshy things, which they got little holes that they're going to plug into his into his blades. We'll take a look at that after. So he comes with that. They're very nice. They're plastic, but they also look very crystallized, so very nicely done. A home shredder, you're drunk. Just kidding. And then he comes with 2 interchangeable hands. So basically 2 closed fisted hands with the blades. And I gotta say, like, it looks very nice. There's a little bit of sloppy paint around there, but the gold trim looks very nice. Paint sloppy on this side. No, not so bad on this side. And the gold looks good there as well. So it comes with those interchangeable hands. There. Okay. I don't know why he fell. He feels a little loose, so hopefully it won't be too a problem. But no, nonetheless, this guy looks... Let me just move my camera back a little bit. This guy looks fan-fucking-tastic. The helmet looks incredible. I think that's a beautifully detailed helmet. I'm going to take a look afterwards. We're going to take a look at a panel from the comic book from issue number 5 of TMNT Power Rangers number 2. So we'll see what it looks like based off of... I forgot to mention this is based off of Dan Mora's artwork. So it looks good. Just look at that. And with all the scratch marks from all the claws, looks great. The shield looks fantastic. Okay, if you're a painter, maybe you can go ahead and apply some of the darker tones and the shadowing, but regardless, it looks great. It looks really good. And again, I like, the detailing of the abs. Looks comic book, guys. The complaint for the Bandai figures looks comic booky. The gold looks very nice on him as well, on the shin guards, going down as well. Even the gold here on the gauntlet. So there's no sloppy paint here. The gauntlets, look, the gauntlet, my gosh, the muscle bands look great too. Nicely detailed, very textured. And no sloppy paint, so I guess it's just that one piece right there. And the belt looks great. The morpher is so small, but they still paid attention to a lot of detail on that belt. One thing I will say I really like about these, and normally I'm more of a plasticky fan. Let's just take a look quickly at the back. Normally I'm more of a plasticky fan, but this just looks great. The cape, this cloth cape, especially with all the holes, looks really good. There's not really much you can do in terms of posing the cape because it's just a cloth piece. Is there any wiring? No, there's no wiring in it. So it's just a cloth piece. It's just going to drape down like that, but you could still get Shredder in some pretty cool poses if you just want the cape draping over his arm and having, an arm up like that. So you're still going to get him in cool poses, but me personally, like I said, I prefer plastic. I prefer that way to go, especially in terms when it comes to figures. But still, nonetheless, this cloth cape is very nice. It feels very nice too. In terms of swapping out the hands, it's going to be very easy, honestly. You're just going to take this hand right out. Oh, come on. Oh boy. There we go. Pop that right out. And then you're going to pop the interchangeable hand right in. Just like that. Very nice and easy. And there you go. You got the closed fisted, and you can have a open handed. And then you want to put the swooshes in. This is where the holes, right here, the holes will plug right into. Come on. Of course, I'm telling you how to do it. There we go. So you're going to plug those right into there. And then the swooshes, again, patent pending, Boomer the Nerd, swooshes. His claws are a little bent inwards. There we go. Swooshes work better with the closed fisted hands. But yeah, nonetheless, there you go. You got your Shredder with the swooshes on his. I guess if you're trying to make a motion where he's stabbing something, that's where your swooshes will come in. But I find it makes the figure a little more top heavy. So maybe get yourself a stand if you want to put the swoosh on. Maybe get him in an action pose. And then those swooshes were definitely going to look good. All right, let's get the swooshes off of him. And let's get the regular hand back onto our Shredder. it wants to comply with me. There we go. So you see, popping it right back in. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. There we go. I mean, looks super great. Oh, I forgot to mention, he's got the shoulder pads up there, so that's cool too. So that looks great. Does this, can you remove this? You probably can. If you remove the head, you could probably remove this. But I wouldn't. I would just leave it. It's a plasticky piece. It's a rubbery plastic. So he also feels very loose. I will say that. Maybe it's just the joints the way they are. But regardless, still. Anyways, you know what? Let's go over the articulation. Okay. So here we go. The head is a little limited because of the padding, the shoulder pads. So he still kind of looks down, kind of looks up. The head does turn all the way around. There, so that's not a problem. But yeah, see what I mean? And also this is the shredder look that's based more off of the IDW style shredder. So there you go. And then the flaps here, you can like move them to the sides. So there you go. If you want to move that back out of the way, that's what's cool about the cloth cape, that you can move that out of the way. Arms go upwards, but they're a little limited because of these. Arms go down, arms go, I don't know if it's mine, but there's kind of a butterfly crunch right here, but it's not working too much. There's a cut in the arm up here, cut in the arm, and then the elbow is hinged, elbow's hinged, and then the hand goes all the way around and up and down somewhat. Same thing for the other side, all the way around. And this one goes very much up, very much down. Not sure why this one is, there we go, there we go, there we go. And it's hinged. You got a torso, you got an ab crunch right there. You've got a torso crunch right here. This piece right here is made out of plastic and it's solid. It is stuck on. Legs come out. There is a cut on the thigh. Cut on the thigh here as well. There we go. And then the knees, there's a crunch at the knee. Crunch at the, there's a double crunch on this knee. Now see, this I'm not too much of a fan of. I don't like that very much, but whatever. And then the foot moves, ankle rocker, and yeah, that is all the articulation for our morphed shredder, who is having a hard time standing up now, it seems. Come on. There we go. So that's all the articulation for our morphed shredder. He is, all in all, a very nice looking figure. I mean, I do like it a lot. And again, there's some stuff that I missed here, like the bandages, the wrapped up bandages underneath his gauntlet that look really nice, that they look like textured bandages. And like I do with every figure, shredder butt. But no, nonetheless, I mean, even some of the markings right here, they look really great. This is a wonderful looking figure, and I definitely, personally, okay, it's a little loose, honestly, but I feel like I've had that problem with a lot of the Lightning Collection figures. So once you start moving him around, he starts to get looser and looser. Not sure if it's just mine that's like that, but nonetheless, I highly recommend him. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do today in terms of comparison with our shredder is we're going to take a look at an issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 5. Let's take a look at a comparison, a photo comparison. Let's move Shredder to the side, and let's see how he holds up next to the artwork of Dan Mora. Well, I gotta say, turn up a bit. Yeah, color me impressed. He looks like him, I gotta admit. It's like he leapt right out of the page of the comic book. Look at that. He looks just like the Shredder from the comic book, and I think that that makes the icing on the cake worth it, because this is a phenomenal figure and it's a phenomenal design as well. I really like this Shredder a lot. I cannot praise the look of this guy enough. I know I said it's a little loose, it's a little finicky, but nonetheless, get yourself a stand, and he's going to stand really nicely on there, and you'll be able to get him in some really, really amazing dynamic poses where he's going to go against not just your Ninja Turtles, but also your Power Rangers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
Hey,
It's turtle time!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael. 4 ninja fighting turtles who battle evil from the sewers of New York City.
You can never get a taxi in this town! Let's take the sewer slider or the shell cycle!
With their ninja skills and weapons, they're gonna turtleize the evil Shredder.
Turtle power! It's time to come out of your shell!
New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures and vehicles, each sold separately from Playmates Toys.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Do I give Hasbro a lot of rap because I think that their prices are ridiculous? Of course I do. But do I think that... I don't feel like talking about them again, but I'm going to bring them up, obviously, because they have a license to Ninja Turtles. But do I think that if Super 7 would have done the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles line, if they would have done a better job? No, I don't think so. Do I think NECA would have done a better job? I think NECA would have done probably just as good of a job as Hasbro, probably because of the painting, maybe a little bit of better painting applications on NECA's end. But no, I think this is a perfect looking action figure. Like I said, with the comparison of Shredder to Dan Mora's artwork in the comic book, Shredder here looks like he leapt right out of the pages of the comic book. So I think this is a beautiful looking figure. Yes, I didn't put the swooshes back on him. Patent pending, Boomer the Nerd, swooshes. I didn't put the swooshes back on him because all it does is make him top heavy, and right now I don't want him falling off the spinning platform as we're taking a look at our final go around of Shredder today. That being said, do you guys have this figure in your collection? And if you don't have this figure in your collection, if you're a huge fan of Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, or a huge fan as well of the comic book, is this something you want to seek out for your collection? If you do have this in your collection, what are your thoughts on the figure? Do you like it? Do you think that you picked him up and you think, you know what, no, I don't really like it that much, so for me it's whatever, it is what it is. You gave it away, you sold him, or did you reapply paint to him to give a little more details on it? Because I will say, that's one thing I will say. As much as the gold on this figure looks beautiful and the detailing is immaculate, in the shields, you know, in the chest pads, maybe on the helmet, we could have seen a little more paint accents. But again, that's where I say NECA probably would have done a little bit of a better job because they are fantastic when it comes to paints. But no, nonetheless, I still think it's a wonderful figure. And like I said, if you guys have this in your figure, this figure in your collection, let me know down below what your thoughts are and what you think. Well, I don't know what's going on with the Lightning collection right now. I know that Playmates is going to have the line for Power Rangers going forward. I don't know if I don't know if that's going to be them permanently or if they're just being licensed out. So you know what's going to be pretty cool? Segueing back to this, maybe we will see some more Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles collaborations. I know a big one up there, what people want to see is that crappy crossover of Power Rangers in space and Turtles The Next Mutation. But you never know, maybe Playmates will decide to make more of the Ninja Turtles Power Rangers comic book crossovers. Let me know down below what you guys think. What you guys think of the possibilities now that Playmates has the Power Rangers. Oh, well, wasn't that a fun marathon? I'm all out of cereal now, and my coffee has pretty much got a couple of sips left. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching the whole entire marathon. If you did, I'll be back again with some more content. Don't worry, month of April, I'll be back with some more content. In the meantime, guys, if you are new to my channel because you like Saturday morning content and you've been watching my videos for the longest time and you haven't done so already, please and thank you, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell to be notified whenever I got some brand new content out as well. If you are enjoying the video, guys, let the algorithm know. Click that thumbs up button. Also, comment down below. Let's talk all things Saturday morning cartoons. And guys, share the video with your mother, your father. Share it with your pet dog. I'll be back again soon. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. And as always, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Happy Saturday.